Boop. Okay, we should be up.
Every conversation is Paladin Oath. Every conversation I ever have, Paladin Oath.
Good morning, Internet. We're just going to do a quick sound check, so everybody start talking. Listen to Chris.
I
Listen
talked
to Chris.
already, I'm
Listen
sure
to
I'm fine.
everybody.
I'm
Callie, talk.
Yep. Hey, I'm here.
I'm a bird.
Callie could go up just a little bit. Wombat, you talk.
Or don't. Perfectly fine.
Hey, Wombat.
Shows that head.
Wombat.
What that head do?
Can you talk?
Sound check,
Wanna
bitch.
fight? Like, it was like, what? Wanna fight me?
Bring him up just a little bit if you can, and then Thomas is
Bring
good.
him up all the way.
I sound fine. And
Yeah.
Chris, you came through fine.
Just a wet, like, over too much wet.
I usually bring Thomas
Yeah,
down a
too
little
wet.
bit just because he's very loud in my ears, that's all. I realise I do this for personal preference, and then no one else can
Is that
hear
because
it.
I'm French?
Yes.
That's what Buck would say. Buck would say it's
No,
Also,
French.
also,
Because you burp into your mic, you disgusting bitch.
I went to go see Napoleon on Wednesday. Fantastic. Really good. Very good watch.
He's a great guy.
He's a great guy. France didn't know what it had, and then they not only exiled him, then they had 3 more revolutions to accomplish what he already accomplished.
Like the Joaquin Phoenix movie where he doesn't have an accent the entire
Oh
time.
no, he's just American. I'm so glad he didn't do a French accent. I'd fucking hang myself. Everyone talks
I'm
either
like,
American or British, mostly British. I'm like, oh, this is good.
awful.
Yeah,
I just
but,
don't think I like Joaquin Phoenix. Anyways, welcome back to D&D, guys. Well, we're trying. It's like we've never talked to each other. We just start talking about everything else. You would never guess that we talk all the time. Literally
you.
nonstop. I love you. We're back.
Sorry.
We're down a person. It's because these guys, if you missed last session, I suggest you stop what you're doing, pause, don't watch this for spoilers, and go back and watch last session. There's some vital information that you missed, and boy howdy, it will be helpful for you to know what's going on here. If you did watch last session, sorry for your loss, and welcome back to our man down party where Dio Priest is dead. We'll do a quick recap. Big O Deado. We'll see what this party comes up with for a recap. Starting with Callie. Working our way down my list. Callie, what happened last session? Let's see it from your point of view.
My point of view. Things are going okay. Wait, things are not going great. Things are going bad. Things are going really bad. Teary cry moment, and then we had a great moment where one of our players not only got the final hit on the guy, but also had a good roleplay moment.
Yep. Chris, what about you, bestie?
All I'm saying is, your prison wizard rolls real hot until it matters. And then, much like the One Ring in a Seal Door, I was betrayed and was left there in that river to be shot in the back by Nat Ones, which sort of missed me and hit Buck instead. R.I.P. to a real one. Peace out.
R.I.P. to a real one. Nikki, you're next.
Oh god. We threw a BDSM ball at Vecna and it worked, so that we started hitting him with stuff. We did roll 2 nat ones on counter spells, so Dio died, became a zombie first. We have his body though. Vecna died and Callus apologized to Thaben, which was crazy. We're going back to New Azure. We're upstairs at the Navy Rose. Thaben agrees to thaw people out, and Rakesh has his first character moment ever. We have crystals. That's the other one. With people in them.
Yes, you do have crystals with people. That brings us to Thomas. Thomas, what about you? What happened last week?
What do I need to say more? do I need?
Good. Yeah, give me one thing. Give me something.
Big old ditto.
Yeah, you know what? You're not wrong. Wombat, do you have anything to add to big old Dedo?
Thomas punched Vecna in the dick and he died.
That is the most poetic way
That
to
did
do it.
happen.
Yeah, the god of sin, resistant to so many things, not resistant to an old man, just showing him what his generation missed. This is how we did it in my day.
I don't think
The
anyone's
old
resistant to a
dick
good
twist.
ball punch. If
It
our mother
wasn't.
did-
It wasn't even Rakesh
I am.
that killed him. It was Thomas. Thomas punched Vector and killed him.
It really was. It was Thomas. You right. You right. Yeah. So that basically does sum it up. We bring us back to New Azure, where this party had just teleported into the House of Light to be greeted by Eleanor, who had things under control.
You're
Was
close. It's
frustrated.
the Navy Rose.
Navy Rose, yeah, wherever. One of the buildings these guys occupy a lot of their time in.
Mm-hmm.
Eleanor had everything under control. You guys gave her a small to-do list while you went off to get some fucking sleep. There was a few things a few people wanted to do in their sleep. So if those people want to speak up or forever hold their peace, who wants to go first?
I said
This
I had
time it
something-
isn't me.
I said I had something I wanted to do after I woke up.
I can't remember if
Yeah.
I was doing things or not. I've forgotten. You have to tell me.
That's okay. All right, we'll move on then. It's okay. So everyone, if you haven't clicked your long rest button, you may do so.
Yay!
If you have not done that, you successfully all gain a long rest with no interruptions to your crispy 8 hours of sleep. And as you wake up, it has been nearly 9 hours since you left the deepest depths of Carcerai. The cold still clinging to some of your bones as you can't quite wake up, your chills still running through your hair, down your spine. Some of you not really realizing what's going on, some of you processing it a little slower than others. Everyone, go ahead. There's 5 of you. Go ahead and roll me a d6. Let's see what order this goes in. Let's go back to basics today.
That's right. I need my dice.
You occasionally need a dice in this game.
I gave Eleanor a list of things that I needed, but I think I just crashed out and let her deal with it. Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, I just needed my armor. That's the only thing I gave her.
Did
And
anyone
preparing
roll a
for
1?
moving people.
And
6, 2, 3.
I did.
Callie.
All right. Unless Thomas rolls a 1.
He did. He just held a 1 up.
yeah.
Okay. So Anawana, you wake up first. You took a minute to go to sleep. The thoughts of the immediate silence from when Dio died haunting you as you fall asleep, spending your night whittling away at small pieces of wood you've pried from different areas of your adventures and the floorboards, kind of mushing it all together, cracking pieces out, carving notches to slide pieces into place to form a small wooden symbol. You wake up first, the sun of New Azure breaking through the windows of the Navy Rose, dancing on your skin, waking you up, not quite warming your soul, but warming your skin. What do you want to do first thing in the morning while the time is yours?
She probably doesn't do all that much first thing in the morning, just kind of looks at what she's been making, kind of observes it to figure out, is it really good enough? Will it be of any use? And then she'll go downstairs for breakfast.
Rakesh, you spend your night sleeping. For the first time, you are asleep. Not has thoughts of world impending doom come into your mind, or your death is in fact you thought of Dio dying. You spent time hoping that if these people really want to bring him back, his soul wants to come back. For the first time, you're concerned about somebody else's well-being and not just yours. As you wake up, the sun on your skin, what do you do first thing in the morning?
Mute.
You're somehow still muted.
It's working. Okay, so
Now, yeah.
Gonna go for a quick run in the cold morning, and then he will take a little coffee.
As enter the streets of New Azur, the air is cold on your skin, and you do laps up and down the street, past the Tainted Lace Apothecary, around what is formerly the Cloaked Rabbit, in through the depths of the Six to Midnight, and back out to Town Square, passing the castle, passing the House of Light, just taking in the cold air and the moments with your thoughts before you know you have to be part of this group breaking the news that someone has died to their family.
I'm still hesitating. Am I going at full speed? Like, just see a monk at 50 move speed?
Yeah, just literally blitzing through the city. Back at the house, or the Navy Rose, Malin, you're the next to stir.
Is Callus
Looking-
in bed with her?
Yeah, no, he's
No.
not in bed with you. He's in his own space today.
Okay.
And not a fault of your own, just needing his own
Mm-hmm.
place to come down. You're the next to wake up, having fallen asleep, thinking about all of the things you have to do. Your head still never leaving business mode, because that's who you are as a person.
So she probably stayed up way too late, writing letters and waiting for Callus to come back. And when he never did, she fell asleep at her desk. And then wakes up with the little bit of light spilling in the window and getting in her eye, and she realizes that she overslept. She goes, "Oh shit!" She, in her clothes from yesterday, goes charging for the window to see if the people are starting to come out of the ice, and what's happening outside.
You're a little too far from the castle to quite get a view of the frozen citizens on the lawn of the castle, but you do notice the streets are slightly more active than they have been in previous days.
She goes straight downstairs then. She's going to start triaging that situation.
As Malin tends to her work, Balthazar, you slept out of necessity, not because you wanted to. The thought of trying to save Dio and not being quick enough, not being powerful enough, the combination of the two consistently playing in your head, and you spend time trying to drown them out with different liquors and wines, not quite succeeding, and never quite drinking enough. You eventually just pass out in a drunken stupor and awaken, still slightly intoxicated, but with the sun being warmer on your infernal skin than the depths of Agathis was. What do you do with your morning?
Yeah, had far too much of a cocktail of fun last night, so I'd immediately roll over to the edge of the bed and throw up and leave it there, because I can get rid of it if I want, but not now. In my little pity den, I'm going to have a little cry about Dio. I'm going to get myself ready. I'm going to find the things that I took from Agathis, because I realised in a weird moment of ultra focus, anything can help. So I grabbed some things, and I spend my time using Identify to figure out the stuff, and then also comprehend languages on the scroll that I don't understand, and try and see what we've got here. while nursing a horrific hangover.
Yeah, easy enough, truly. As you pull up your components and you get that pearl out, you begin working on casting your incantations in a way that is efficient for you, starting from one side, working your way over to the other. How many spell slots are you going to use, or are you casting ritually?
Well, it'll have to be ritual. I don't have these active.
Okay. So, looking at the things you have before you, let me just pull up my list of little shabuets. The first one is a ring. It's a fine ring, actually, well crafted. It fits on two fingers, similar in the way that your ring of spell storing does. However, nestled on the top of this one, there is a small reflective surface, not unlike a mirror. On either side of this rectangular shape, there are 4 gems. On the left side, there is a red, a blue, a pink, and an orange. And while on the right side of that surface is a black, a yellow, a purple, and a green. You take the pearl and put it up to where your third eye would be and allow the arcane energy to flow through it and flow into you. And you find that it is a ring of spell turning.
Very sick. Put it up.
The next one is a tattered bag. It's deep red in color, blood-stained fabrics. The embroidery on it looks well done because it hasn't frayed, hasn't broken up. You can still make out that these symbols are just representations of the runes you've been seeing for the past year on different surfaces you've collected, mainly the necklaces from Maylin, but also books and tomes Lucian has shown you, and the carvings on his skin represent in the same way. This is a bag of holding. You go over a pouch of coin and nothing comes back, but you're not dumb. You realize it's 20 platinum. There is a bottle of very fine black ink used for spell scribing. There is a map of Nova Zemlya, and there's a circle around Nantra. And then the last one is the scroll. Casting Identify on it does not help you here. It is not arcane in any way. It is just a very gibberishy language to you. None of these letters represent any language you've ever seen in any book. It's perhaps a code. It's perhaps forgotten.
I will
You're
try
not sure.
a comprehend languages then to see if it is, because Balthazar only knows 2 languages, so this could be an actual language. If not, he'll put it in the Berlin pile to figure it out later.
As you cast comprehend languages, like 1 or 2 words work, but it seems to be mostly a code still. There is the word gracious and the word clay.
Great clay. Okay. Good thing to write codes about. My final act before leaving this room and cleaning up my sick will be to upend the bag of holding, because I know how bags of holding work. I want to see what's in this bitch.
Opening the bag of holding brings you a gruesome sight, Balthazar Broadhaven. It is a cacophony of bones, both in recent states of cut-off and some much more decayed and broken down, ranging from simple femurs and fingers to more complex spinal pieces and a head or 2, some pelvic bones and rib cages. It
Is it the
looks
spare
like
parts bag?
wow. It looks like it was enough pieces to perhaps summon some undead in the case of need.
As someone who has
Being
the spell Animate Dead, be like, yeah, this is a really handy bunch of bones that I can bring to life and send forth. Okay.
basically.
I will put the bones back in the bag, sort of gipping as I do. A little bit of sick goes in the bag because, you know, it holds lots of things. I'll bring all the stuff out and head downstairs to apply myself with Bloody Marys.
The inferior Caesar. Yes, Bloody Marys. And that leaves us with Callus. Callus, your night was not peaceful like some of your companions. You wake up, your sleep having happened, but not being restful. It was necessity, not luxury. Where do you wake up and how do you spend your morning?
I think Callus sort of would have found an empty room in the inn and sort of parked himself up there for the night. But I don't think he would wake up per se. I think that Callus just sort of gains consciousness, or regains consciousness. And when he does, he is kneeling on the ground, unbandaged, just facing the wall. There is pools of blood on the ground beneath him. And as he sort of comes to, he realizes and he feels a searing pain in his arms, and he looks down and sees numerous open wounds, all pouring blood, and with there's no panic or there's no real fear. He just walks over to his bag and grabs bandages and begins wrapping up his arms. And the bandages very quickly turn from white to red. And he goes back to kneeling in the corner. And he begins just talking to himself, but it's the talking to himself in the way that he used to do when he just wanted to reach out to anything that was listening and willing to help, but he's not actively asking. Is just talking to himself, is asking, what have I done? Why am I like this? I barely even have the words to describe what I feel. It's pain, it's sorrow, it's so much anger. Why am I like this? All I want is to help people. All I want is to protect people. I can't even do that.
The red cord on your wrist begins to warm. It's not unfamiliar to you at this point because you've had it happen when you reach out to the outer space. Outer space. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Looking past that, though, you begin to feel a divine presence, not completely unfamiliar to you, because you have been in the presence of deities, frankly, many a time more than the average person, whether that be because you have the power to channel the gods or because the gods have decided that you are the ones to talk on. Standing before you in your mind, eyes still closed, you're not sure if this is a dream or a hallucination, is a hulking Goliath figure. Soft blue eyes, but hard, powerful features. A circlet on their head, donning small lightning bolts, a spear braced to their back, and they are in the finest warrior's garb you've ever seen. The most shined plate mail, boots and knee braces, so intricately carved, depicting dragons' heads on each, and same with their elbow brace and the pauldrons. You just simply hear, to care for others means to care for oneself. You cannot fill the tankard of those around you if your tankard is not full. Use your extra runoff, your extra ale to feed those around you. But for others to be drunken means you must drink first.
But everyone around me seems to either die or suffer. I don't even know if I've been chosen, that's what it feels like, but I've been chosen by this deity I can't even speak to. I can't even ask them for guidance, I just have to go off of what I feel like they are trying to tell me. When I need guidance, I need a straight path to walk.
Perhaps, young soldier, it's time to ask yourself what you need and rely on yourself instead of asking those holier than thou to lead your path.
I can't. The one thing that I want most in this world, the one thing I want most, I can't even obtain because I'm too much of a fucking coward to chase it.
And what is that exactly you want?
I want the peace of death. I'm tired. I am so tired. sick of wandering. I'm sick of being lost. I just want to rest.
The figure looks at you for a minute, their eyes somber, before a soft grin curls from the corners of their wrinkled lips. Perhaps it's time you allow yourself to be guided by your friends. Take the time, take the back seat. I had friends once. I watched them fight alongside me and lead me through powerful, difficult choices that led me here. And now I watch their lives as some reach for power by the side of the one they loved, while another cries alone in a city guarded by my hand because her husband was taken in as a thrall to a woman so vile. I watch a pair of blood-sucking monsters ruin the lives of my dearest friends. And I couldn't stop them. Because I had battles to fight. And he puts his hand on his chest. I can't say you will not make mistakes. I cannot say you won't fail. I cannot say you will not be successful. Who am I to judge? My peers make their choices. So go on and make your choice. You have someone to be dedicated to, and it is yourself. Make the world better, so your child does not have to experience the darkness you are feeling. Make the world better, so your wife knows she'll have you to wake up beside her in the morning. Make the world better so your friends can go on to live happy, bountiful lives. Go on and make the world better because I failed to. You are a good person, and you endure more than you should be forced to.
Alice just opens his eyes, stares at the wall for a little bit before bandaging himself up properly, getting changed and heading out.
As Callus comes downstairs out of one of the more upper floor rooms of the Navy Rose, eventually you find downstairs Malin scribing away at sheets of parchment, pots of ink everywhere. Balthazar sat there picking at food that's been put on the counters. Rakesh coming in the door, not out of breath, but obviously sweating, and Anawana fiddling a small wooden trinket in her hands. You guys have a few moments of time where it's just the five of you around this table. There's no citizens walking around. Steelbear is nowhere to be found. Balthazar, your children, and Eleanor specifically is not seeming to leer There's no sign of Damascus in the vicinity. It looks like you guys have a few moments alone before the rest of the world rejoins your space. What would you guys like to do?
Just a question. Did I catch anybody who's been outside? Do we know if, before Rakesh comes back, if the situation is
No
returned?
one's come in, particularly. If you were to peer outside, you would see the people who have been in the House of Light and the Navy Rose working as security between the two and held aid in the dome are escorting people back to their homes. They've got small crates filled with rations and breads and waters, basic medical supplies, candles, an oil
So then,
lantern
yeah,
if they're lucky.
She's laid out on one of the tables of the Navy Rose, just doing inventory, probably the logbooks.
What would you guys like to do?
Who's down first?
Probably down first would be Anawana next to you, followed by Balthazar, with Rakesh and Callus kind of joining the space at very similar times.
May doesn't even look up. She goes, "Good morning, I made a pot." It's over there.
It's not the morning, it's the afternoon.
Good afternoon, I made a pot.
It's a bit late to be drinking coffee.
There's always time for coffee.
I don't drink coffee. I think it's really bad for you.
Nose espresso, obviously.
Good morning, May. And she kind of gets something to eat, and then kind of just sits and like picks at her food, but still has the little wooden trinket she made. Is looking over it.
Good, I'm glad you're here. Here, check my numbers. She passes over a stack like this big of just parchment, of rations that they're sorting.
Sure. And she'll take it to look over.
Make a straight intelligence check, Anawana.
Yeah, hang on, let me.
First roll of the game. Check my math.
She's
Sometimes
She's average, at least. She wrote an 18.
she's average. Yeah,
Fancy.
Anawana, you know what? You're doing some math and you find one or two discrepancies in Malin's numbers. And you correct them right away. You just slide them right back on over to her, telling her they're good to go.
And she's sliding them over now, sheet by sheet. She's like, "Oh, great, you can do this." Sheet. Yeah.
It gives her something to do.
maniacal.
She's gonna do it.
What she's actually doing is distracting from the fact that she has no idea what the fuck to do about the dead body upstairs. But she's gonna bury herself in work, because that's how she copes.
It's helping Anawana cope, so we're doing this.
Callus has gone and lit a few candles in the room with Dio's body in case it starts smelling.
As you, sorry, one more time. I just had a thought about something that was missed, and I'm just trying to figure out how to play it out.
I just said that Callus went and lit some candles in the room with Dio's body in case it starts smelling.
Callus, as a matter of fact, as you go upstairs, and you see the full cold form of Dio. His skin pale, the tattoos fade from his face, no longer full of the not color per se, but that lively spirit is gone. A little disheveled. You see the necrotic burn up around his throat. It's eerie to see such an outwardly happy person, helpless, especially a person who literally wanted to spend so much time helping everybody else. Lay there dead. You take a few moments to scrounge through different rooms up on the upper floor, the guest rooms, and you pull the weirdest selection of candles you'll ever find. There's one.
Grab the dead body candle.
Literally, there's one called the Astaporian Market, and as you're smelling it, it is salty and dry and kind of briny. While you see one that says Evening in Rotund, and it's just smoke. There's one that's called Leicester Square Stopover, and it's just like the sugary, candy-filled mess.
Okay, I burned that one because one of them smells hazardous. The other one smells like the room's on fire, which would make people come in. So I burned the candy one.
Yeah, just helping. Cover up everything around. Do you do anything else while you're in that room?
Seeing Dio, Callus's face just blank. There's no emotion, but inside, Callus just gets very, very, very angry. And he just sort of mumbles out loud, I'm sorry. I failed you. Before just throwing a sheet over him and leaving.
As you walk out of the room, your door closes, the one across the hall opens from you, Callus. And standing there, larger in size, a little more built, but shares that cheeky smile that Dio had. You haven't spent much time with him, and you maybe only seen him in passing. Well, hey.
This is the wrong person for him to be talking to.
Nope.
How's it going? I don't think we've met yet. I'm Damascus. It's nice to meet you. You're a friend of Dio's, right?
I am.
Was.
I am a friend of Dio's.
Yeah, that's so good. Is he around? I haven't seen him yet. Eleanor said he went to grab some groceries to cook breakfast or something.
Fucking dice.
I just want to check if he came back yet. I saw some of you. I think I saw the horned one wandering around in the hallway. But I didn't see anyone else. You're the first I've really seen. So
Yeah,
I just want to check if they came back yet or not.
What sort of food do you like?
Well, I love a good cookie. My mom makes what we call funeral cookies. They're just full of chocolate chips and like walnut pieces. They're real tasty. I actually brought some because I thought Dio was dead when I was coming here. That's what was implied to me, so I came all the way up. But then, you know, he wasn't dead, so it was literally a miracle. Thank Malil. But now we're here, and I've got some extra cookies. You want to try some?
And he thinks back to the body that is just seen inside. I'm not hungry. But why don't you bring them?
Yeah, of course. I'll bring one down.
downstairs?
You go
So-
downstairs and I'll be on down soon, yeah? Just go. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
What for?
Not trying those cookies.
You're a kind and respectable man, sir, and I appreciate that. You can have a cookie later. And he just turns around and walks on his merry way back into his room, and you hear fumbling with a tin and a light hum under the breath.
Funeral cookies. Really?
Alice goes downstairs to the group, and there is just tears streaming through the bandages beneath his eyes.
May is still writing.
If Anawa knows, she's like, May, Callus.
Yeah, so looking at Callus, there is tears under his eyes and
His arms are bloody.
faint patches of blood spilling through new bandages on his arms. Yes.
May stands up so fast that the pot of ink just goes everywhere, all over the papers that she was just working on. And
She's
the
gonna
chair
catch
tips,
it?
and she goes chasing over. What
I'm
happened?
I'm fine. Balthazar, can you press the whatever it's called on that?
Oh yeah, okay. I should have done that in my room. I've made a real mess for someone to clean up, and then press the digitation and get rid of the spilled ink.
Cleaned up, no problem.
And he quickly looks over his shoulder to see if old mate's there.
No sign of Damascus, no sign of Eleanor. No one is creeping up on your conversation at the moment.
I saw Dio, and then I saw his brother, and
Oh, I'm sorry that you had to be the one to tell him.
I didn't.
What do you mean you didn't tell him?
I couldn't.
Oh.
Oh,
What did you say?
I told him I was sorry.
Oh god.
He said he'd be done soon with funeral cookies.
has anybody seen Rakesh? He can tell.
Kesh is literally in front of you.
I
Oh, I
think
thought that he was still in his run. I'm sorry.
I think I see Rakesh. Maybe I'm hallucinating. I feel like he's right there.
Oh, yes. She looks up and notices that he sat down at the table for the first time. Did not notice. Hi.
Hi.
Maybe we don't have to tell you. Maybe it's as easy as going to the temple. Everything has been... People are going back to their homes. That's why nobody's here. They're helping people get people back because the area around the castle has been defrosted. Thaben's keeping good on his word to get everything back to the way where it's at least livable. I just fucked up all my papers.
It's okay.
Anwana, can you tip
Anwana.
that back over for me?
Anawa's already trying to clean up what she can.
Look,
Yeah, between Anawana and Damascus.
what's Damascus
Eh?
doing?
Sorry, between Anawana and Balthazar, sorry. Someone is trying to backseat DM.
Look, you
Misses you guys too much.
guys
Now you're dead.
you just you deal with this. I'll go talk to Damascus because I should have done this morning. I've had time to get my thoughts together. I will go talk to him and deal with this.
No. What if we could just get the body out before he comes downstairs? And
No.
be gone.
May he
Calm down.
Dio would want him to be there if he doesn't decide to come back.
He needs to know.
So, I have an ear cuff on. If you hear screaming, you come get me, because he might be killing me.
But I have such a mess to clean up.
I'll go with you, Balthazar.
Oh, you're a good man, Gals. Okay. You're good. Yeah. Okay. Let's. You'll have to point out where he is, because I don't know.
Upstairs.
Okay.
Doorway across from Dio.
Oh God, he's right there. Okay. I will head up to see the big brother.
As you begin to head to the dual set of stairs, Eleanor stops you in your tracks, hands on your chest. You've got a minute. Yeah?
Yeah, of course, sweetie. Anything for you. Anything to put off this very difficult conversation.
Well, that's on you.
Oh.
You,
Alice just keeps on going down to the door.
I have those things you wanted.
Oh. What did I ask for again?
Oh, you asked for a ridiculous list, and she pulls out a pouch from her pocket. And there's just mostly spell components.
Mm-hmm.
She passes you over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
I don't want to know what you're doing with these. As she puts a diamond in your hand.
Yeah.
But the other thing, the big one,
Mm-hmm.
I just put it in the morgue.
Okay, thank you, sweetie. Look, this is all for you guys, okay? I'm gonna make sure everything's gonna be fine. Now I need to go and see if we can sort out Uncle Dio, and then if we can, everything should be getting better. May says that people are going back home.
You're gonna
now.
tell him.
I'm gonna have to tell him. I'm gonna be forthright about it. I can't. I mean, if it was you, wouldn't you want to know that something had happened to your old dear papa?
Would I know he had good friends who were going to try to fix it?
Yes.
Ignorance is bliss.
Mm. Okay, sweetie, you're too practical. Okay. Like rub her head. Just be like, some things you just, you just gotta do. And hopefully you don't have to do this, but I hope that you would, if it was one of your friends. But thank you for doing that list, sweetie. You're so good. I'm going to go now and deal with this. If you hear screaming, come save me.
Probably won't.
Okay.
I've got too much to do. If you're gonna do something dumb that you... Can I propose something?
Okay.
Can you follow this through with me?
Oh, I'm here right with you. Yeah. Yeah.
You're about to tell this man his brother is dead.
Mm-hmm.
He came here thinking his brother was dead.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're gonna go on some ass goose chase to bring his brother back from the dead. You're going to make this man grieve, only for him to be alive in the end.
He might not be alive in the end.
Then why not let him grieve when you know you can't do anything?
Because we could do something.
This is my point. You can do something.
But it might not work.
This man is too much of a fucking puppy dog. He's gonna run home and tell their mother. I've heard so much about their fucking mother.
No, I've heard a lot
She's gonna
about the
tell
mother.
his dad, and then the sister. He's got like 1 million siblings.
Oh, I know.
They own half that town. And I mean my own, they populate half the fucking town. You're gonna have a whole town on your ass preparing a funeral for a man who's not even gonna be dead.
Well, unfortunately, that's how it has to go, sweetie pie.
I'm gonna get popcorn and watch your death slowly. Continue.
Okay.
And she puts her hand to the side and walks with a brisk pace back to where you came to start rifling through cupboards for some kind of snack. And turns to Maylin and Anawana and Rakesh. My father is going to make an ass of himself. Do you want to join me in watching?
No, I know
Okay.
what he's doing.
So do I, and I've tried to talk him out of it.
You are so smart.
I try my best. One of us has to be. And she grabs a
just-
bag of peanuts.
Cal's just leaning on the door next to, or like just leaning on the wall next to the door, just waiting for Dio.
You've been waiting a
For
long
Dio,
time.
Balfi.
Waiting for Dio to resurrect. Yeah.
Okay,
Don't worry, he'll come back.
look. Me and you were on the same page. This has to happen. My daughter is trying to talk me out of it.
You don't have to do this.
I do. I absolutely do. If I miss out any details, you may have to fill in. If I start to cry, you may have to take over. But let's get this done, and then we can move forward. We tell him, we say, but we have a plan, and we can do this and that and this, and we'll see what happens. Okay, and then I knock on the door.
No answer. He's not there.
Damn it.
Just sitting on
in
top of
a
Dio.
shirt that's a little too tight in the arms and across the chest, and pants that you can tell have been quite clearly hemmed and repaired multiple times over. His hair kind of coiffed back a little bit with a little bit of grease. Damascus opens the door, and he's got like a little like a fabric wrap in his hand. I was just coming to come find you guys.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've got
let's
those cookies my mom sent.
let's sit down inside.
yeah, please.
Yeah, all right. I wanted to go. I was gonna go make some waffles. Those were D'Angelo's favorite. Ma always said waffles make the best start to the day.
Waffles make the best pancakes.
Dio used to say
Um,
that as well sometimes. I'm really
Yeah,
Is
hungover.
everything okay?
just yeah, let's
Yeah, I'm
head in.
I'm hungover and I'm really struggling, which is why I wanted to sit down up here and talk to you, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Okay.
I've got all the time for you.
Callus pats Balthy on the back as he walks through the door and casts heroism on him.
You're a good man, Callus. I go in, sit down, take Damascus's hands, and just like. So like when we went to go out
This
the other.
is awfully personal.
Oh yeah, this is what I'm like. I'm like really affectionate. Okay, with strangers, I guess I am now. We went out yesterday because you've seen the country. It's like in chaos. The leadership is gone. Like people were being frozen to death. Like all that kind of stuff. People were scared. So,
Really?
yeah. I don't know how much you've picked up on, but it's been a really bad time.
I thought you guys went to get groceries.
Well, what we went out for was to go and investigate to see what was wrong. And we wanted to see if we could find out what is going on. So we did, and we ended up in a very strange place. Like, you're from your Dio says your family is from the Feywild. Some of you may be born there, some of you not. How much do you know about the other planes?
I apologize, sir. Not a lot.
Okay, well that's good. So I'll tell you. We went down into a basement and we ended up in a very deep dungeon. And when we realized where we were, we'd actually fallen through a crack into Karasurai, which is like hell. You know, like what the different layers. Yeah,
It's a jail.
it's a jail.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's really nasty. And while we were
Sure.
there, we were all contacted by a union of the gods who would all come together to give us a little mission. Your grandpappy, Milil, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
He came to come see Dio. Shar came to me, which was really scary. She like picked me up and she threw me around. She's very strong.
I'm sorry. Are you also all children of deities? I thought that wasn't very...
No.
I did not know there was more of you.
No, I'm street trash, don't worry. There's no, like,
Not
deity.
as far as I'm aware.
No. But there was something really bad that had to be dealt with, so they all came together and tasked us with making sure that a certain nasty man didn't escape from the bottom layer of the jail.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm not following. What does this have to do with D'Angelo?
Well,
Where is he?
we got down to the bottom and we were confronted with the Whispered One. You know the Whispered One?
No.
Okay, well, his name is Vecna, and he is like a god of terrible things. And the other gods were scared of him, and they couldn't do anything about it. So we went down, and the Raven Queen said that we couldn't die while we did this, but unfortunately, while trying to protect us, Dio was killed.
The stone jaw of this man softens quite quickly. His eyes grow to sizes as they begin to water and swell up, and his hands clench as he brings his arms up like to his chest and lunges them at you around your body and just pulls you in a hug.
Oh.
Alice
This-
was absolutely ready to push Balthy out the way again.
Oh. This is why I wanted to come talk to you.
So sorry for your loss.
It's your loss too, is your brother.
Yeah, it's... I'm so sorry you guys had to see that. D'Angelo thought so highly of you, I'm sure. Well, I just... better... Yep.
Callus reaches out and places a hand on Damascus' shoulder. Once again, casts heroism on him. And he just says, it's not entirely over yet. We think we might be able to get him back.
Yeah, this is why I wanted to talk to you and let you know and get your thoughts on the idea. When I spoke to Dia, we would have long talks about things, and I think that if one of us was to die untimely, if the option to come back was there, I think Dio may take it. And we may have the resources to try it, but we wanted to do it at your grandfather's temple with your family there, so that he could, if he decides to come back, he could be with all of his family.
Damascus just sits down and leans back. Looks at you, looks to Callus. But then his eyes dart around the room and kind of just wandered, not really resting on any one spot for too long. I can't inconvenience you guys like that. It's not your burden to bear, and you did the most. You brought him home, and that's more than most people would do.
It's not a burden or inconvenience for us if it's something that we want to do.
No. Dio was always good with us, and he was kind and protective, and if we didn't do this, it would be a disservice, and he's done a lot to help everyone on the plane, because we stopped him from coming through and trying to destroy everything, so he's done a great service, and I think that is certainly owed the option to see if he wants to come.
He was a hero.
Always.
D'Angelo, a hero. Oh boy.
You should have seen it. I think we all owe it to Dio to at least try. If Dio, if we try and Dio doesn't want to come back, then he doesn't have to.
No. If he doesn't want to come back, it will be real clear. And then, at least he gets to rest as a hero.
Damascus just looks at you guys and goes, well, and he reaches into his pockets and pulls out 10 gold. He's like, this is all I've got with me. It's what my family sent to take to make sure I was fed and housed on the way. But I would love to give it to you guys as a thank you for saving D'Angelo and taking care of him. And
Callus
he
closes his hand and just pushes it back towards him.
If I'd have managed to save his life, I would have taken the gold from you. But I failed. It's my fault. I felt real bad, and just that's like tearing up a bit. I think the heroism is keeping him in check, but he's like definitely tearing up a little bit.
It wasn't your fault.
Man. Whew.
And when do you guys plan to do this?
Well, we have someone who is gathering the materials we would need. And then I can teleport us all, including you, back to Dandorville, and then we can go from there to Leicester Square. And then we can do it at the temple there, or we could go to the Feywild, but the season with the Fey is winter now, so it would be a long time in there, and we may miss like a lot.
And he's still gonna be his most handsome self?
Well, the process is different. If Dio decides to come back, they may be in a different form. However, I have the ability to change a person's whole being. So I could, if Dio wanted, make them themselves again. It is a separate thing. I've never done it before, but I believe I can do it.
Oh man.
But the person, Dio, will still be
It's
present.
it's Dio's soul, so it will still be them, in their mannerisms and their thoughts and their feelings. May look a little different. I'm used to Dio looking a little different all the time. But yeah.
I trust you guys, I guess. I don't know much about anything. I have to trust you. All I can do is trust you. You're the friends of D'Angelo. You guys, I don't know why he was so scared to let me meet you guys. You guys are just the displacers meow.
Well, that's very kind. Always had glowing reviews from D'Angelo about yourself, too.
Well, heck, if you guys are gonna come, you're gonna meet Mama.
Oh, yeah.
And Papa and all of the kids. And my kids. It's gonna be one great old time. If this is how you want to, I should send letter home and make word. so they can start preparing food.
It's mainly because, in my mind, I feel like if we ask Dio's spirit to come back, and they see that he's surrounded by all of the family and everyone who loves him, then maybe it may encourage them more. But if they decide that their time is up, then at least you can all be together and we can all say goodbye together. So, I can let you know when we're ready to go. And, yeah. And we'll meet all the kids.
I trust you implicitly. I heard Eleanor use that word. Did I use it right?
I think you did. You may be a poor judge of character, though. Okay.
Did you want to see Dio? It's not pleasant.
I think I'd like to see him if you don't mind.
Yeah. They took a nasty hit, but a friend of ours downstairs made sure that the spirit would be okay. Okay. Lead on,
Take him
Kellis.
across the hall, yeah.
I'm gonna
As
just
you guys open the door,
shadow the two of them like at the back. I haven't looked at Dio.
I did put a sheet over him, so it's a little
the
bit better.
very sweet candy smell kind of fills your nose for a minute as Damascus gingerishly walks towards the bed and begins to pull back the sheet Callus had placed.
Oh, this has another heroism at the ready.
Oh, hey, baby brother. And he just like crawls up on the bed and slides his arm under Dio's head and starts petting his hand on his hair. I heard you was a hero, D'Angelo. And his like eyes start to swell and you can hear his voice break. I'm so proud of you, Mama. Gonna be so proud of you. And starts like brushing the hair out of his eyes. I can't wait to see you play with the kids again, and I can't wait to hear all the stories about everything you saw. And you hear his like voice crack up. You're such a good man, D'Angelo. I always knew you was gonna do great things. Family's gonna be real proud to have you back home. You've got some mighty fine friends, D'Angelo. Oh boy. I can't wait for the kids to hear your tales. I can't wait for you to tell me how you fought a god. As he like brushes past, pulling away from his eyes, and he like slides his hand out from Dio for a second, grabs the water carafe and dumps it on a towel as starts like wiping away the dried blood from him and trying to clean him up.
Callus leans in real close to Balthazar and just whispers to him, I really fucking hope this works.
Oh my god, me too.
And he just takes this towel and he's like patting it around Dio's eyes and on his chest and wiping across the scar, and you see him struggling, like he's focusing on the scar where the finger of death had pushed into his bones. And I'm gonna make sure we get you all cleaned up and looking real pretty, so you're just your best self when everyone sees you again. And oh boy, I can't wait to tell you how much I love you. I love you, D'Angelo, and you are gonna come right back to me. You're gonna come right back to Mama and your lovely friends, though you should probably teach them to eat more cookies. They both look sickly and unhappy. They need more sugar in their life.
I have
You've
some
got
sugar.
good friends, D'Angelo. And he just keeps cradling Dio's body and puts his hand across his head, pulling the hairs away. And he just looks to you guys. Do you guys mind if I have a minute or two?
Of course.
Yeah. You just come give me a. Just if you need anything, come find me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We'll just be downstairs.
And
Mm.
soon as you guys walk out that door and hear the door close, it is just ugly sobs. The saddest, heart-wrenching, heaviest sobs. Muffled words of, how could I not have saved you? I'm your big brother, I'm supposed to protect you. I failed you. And then he's like calling out to his mom, Mom, I'm sorry, I let you down. Just over and over and over again.
I guess strength runs in the family.
What would you guys like to do?
Cry.
Yeah.
Use my bonus action to cry.
1d4 psychic damage, continue.
Callus is just very, very angry still. Alright, let's go downstairs. I think we've got plans to make.
Yeah. I think it's wearing off.
Here's him another one.
Pumps another heroism into.
No, I have to
as you
feel
guys
it.
as you guys head downstairs, Eleanor is just sat at the table watching the stairway, eating peanuts, waiting for you to come down. And just before you guys were in, she leans over to May and Anawana and Rakesh. I bet 2 gold one of them comes down with a broken nose.
I've always got a broken nose.
I always.
Yeah, every time I go to sleep, Rakesh is fucking boom, straight in the nose.
Just go to sleep.
May doesn't look up. She's still writing, and she says, "As somebody who is running a business, I think that you would learn to be less careless with your money."
I don't want to
Fair
look something
point.
briefly, but then looks back at the papers because she's like focused on the math because she's
Yeah,
not smart, but
smiling,
she's
she
not
doesn't- She
dumb.
doesn't find it funny. She's
So what's your guys' plan now? As she looks at Balthazar and Callus walking around. I've got those books you asked for. And she slides some diaries up on the table over to you guys.
What are these?
You guys wanted to figure out how to get whatever's in those amber pods out.
Oh, right. She pushes them to Anawana and keeps on doing math.
You want me to read
Basically,
them?
all you have to do. Are you familiar with those toys as children? They were like little pebbles and you put them in water and they grew overnight.
Are you saying we
Yes.
need to put the amber in the water?
Precisely, but holy water.
Boil the hell out of it.
That's it.
As far as I can tell.
Okay. And they come out as they went in.
I have no idea. There's nothing about it here.
Did you just call me dear?
Here.
Except here.
Here.
Nothing about
All
it
right.
here. I can call you
Sorry.
dear if you like, but you
No,
don't
thank you.
you don't seem like much of a deer person. More like an elk or an antelope.
Nah, she's a
Ah.
sword.
Got him.
Ooh, got him.
She takes her finished stacks and tucks them into the like big envelope folder that they came out of and wraps it up and picks it up and hefts it back to Eleanor.
Put these upstairs.
Well, the numbers are checking out. We're running low on some supplies, but I left a list at the front of the things that we're going to need to restock on. I'll make sure that I get the money into the communal account for that.
Of course.
And how are the supply chains? Have you heard from Zoya at all?
Briefly, got a Jabberwock the other day. Basically said she was in Astapora trying to finalize a deal. Wasn't sure what the deal was. She didn't really say. But she said
Are
she'd be back
supplies
in a
still
week.
coming in?
Seems so. They're taking a little bit of time. The wall dividing the Jade Empire from everybody else is finished up, so getting through is much more difficult.
Fuck the Jade Empire. Can we get enough from Nantra and Astapora?
Yes and no. It's drought season in the Commonwealth, so the lands are dry. We're getting rice from Swamp Fume, which is working out well for us. I was trying to get some oats and quinoa and spelt from the Jade Empire, but they weren't really coming.
We need to
Probably
write off
had
the
that
Jade
before
Empire
then.
as a total loss.
We can do that.
I've been running the numbers, and it looks like we can make it work. It might be a tough winter, but as long as we're stocking up now, we should be ready to go
Yes.
next year.
I'll reach out to some of the lower cities and see who can support and how. How far did what are we calling him, the Emperor? How far did he get in things with
I don't
some
know.
of
When
the
I put
lower
him in holy
cities?
water, I'll ask him.
I would say that's probably actually a good idea. Would be nice to see if anyone down in Wayne Storm has anything, or perhaps Solstice of
Write down
Rivendell.
a list of who you need to get in contact with. I'll make sure of it.
Will do. I'll have that come your way.
Business,
Excellent. Business. Yep. Exactly. As Eleanor hands the books over and kind of gives a nod, she I'll do haste on that. And I have holy water arriving in the hour.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hopefully one of them will be able to give some answers.
Is
We
that
might
what-
give them a day or two to decrystallize
Or whatever. Alright, I'll see you all when I see you next. And she walks off.
Yes, Chris.
What would you guys like to do?
Well, we have to be here for an hour. Did you talk to Damascus?
Yeah.
How did it go?
As well as telling someone that their brother's dead goes.
Yeah. Is he going to come with us?
Sounds like it.
He gave me a big hug and then said sorry for your loss. I was kind
That
of shocked.
sounds like Dio's family.
Yeah. Thought he was gonna kill me. Well, if we have some time to kill, I'm gonna go see the little ones and reaffirm my life. While I can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go find the little ones and play with them for an hour. I don't know. Whatever like deadbeat dads do like once every 6 months when they turn up. Reeking of
Bring
booze.
candy. Bring big piles of candy.
I bring some funeral cookies because Uncle Dio is dead. I don't tell them that.
Yeah, as an hour passes, all of you finish up a variety of work. Also, did you ever like give over the paper to May, or is that still on you?
Oh yeah. When I said
Yeah, that's what I thought.
May's the corner of things that go to May they don't have an obvious answer. That and the map with Nantra circled on it, just be like, I guess when they got down for breakfast, just like, I couldn't figure out these, I figured out everything else. Yeah.
Then I'll spend an hour with those things.
Yeah, you immediately recognize the paper as Thieves' Camp.
Great.
Yeah, sending the translation your way.
Thank you.
Now. The map, however, you can't quite pick out why it says what it says. can't figure out why Natra circled. There's no other markings on the map. The
This is
map
on Vecna,
corners,
though, right?
yeah, the map corners barely look torn and teared.
It's new.
It's new. And then the translation is in your inbox.
You're going for it. Give me a minute.
Do 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 do. Insert Jeopardy.
We'll be right back at you in no time. That is the point. Never.
Dun, 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 dun.
May just kind of gestures for Callus to come over.
You just put like rock art.
Actually, Callus and Rakesh. To like get them
Okay,
aside.
Okay.
Before we get the Emperor back, I think this is instructions for how to destroy his book.
Okay. How do we do it then?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a little bit vague. Fire from Valhalla, an air bottle, whatever that is, a clay pot, easy enough. Some sort of sacrifice to a god or a gift to a god that can be both things.
That's all easy to find. Just go to the merchant.
It's a
Up, down,
spell,
frog, dobby.
basically. Yeah. I don't remember why we can't go back to Frog Dobby, but there is a reason. I can't quite remember why.
Because every time we go there, he tries to take our fingers and sell us dildos.
And
Right.
And then he becomes a favorite enemy of Thor.
That was the actual reason, but I
Yeah.
I liked the idea of the fingers being the reason more. So it's a ritual. We need the components for it. Do we want the Emperor to know we have this?
No.
And the Emperor were talking about Lucian?
Yes. Keep his name out of your mouth for now.
Start
Keep
screaming.
my emperor's name out your damn mouth.
I was literally just going to make that meme stop.
Rakesh, what do you think?
I guess
I know
not.
how Oscar feels.
Probably not.
That's what I thought too, but I didn't want it to be my decision. And she tucks it in the bag of holding. It's hers now.
So,
You come here often?
have you ever seen Fire from Valhalla?
Last time I researched, Valhalla wasn't known for its fire.
Yeah, more for its frozen.
And in terms of
You
You
have
must
some-
have
do you-
braziers and torches. How do you see?
But do you have something? Do you have some? on you? Maybe.
Unfortunately not. In terms of the bottle of air, was it?
Yeah.
I think that might be something that we need to get from the plane of air or whatever it is.
It said from prison.
Prison.
What?
It said from prison.
Make us go back to
In-
the first one.
In Thieves' Cant, there's about 97 words for prison, but I know this one is one.
Okay.
Anyway, these are all.
Are you included in all this
Wow.
conversation?
Robot.
Robert is back.
Forrest turned up. Oh no, Nikki's gone as well.
Yeah, it's Nikki and Tay.
Oh no.
Me too.
Callie's
No.
next.
Russia's launched the nukes! They've launched the nukes! Holy shit!
No, it's a cyber attack.
In flames.
Are you
Just
good?
me. I'm sucking up your bandwidth.
Oh no.
Thomas is slowing down now.
Yeah, Taze
Wombat
and
sucking
Mickey are
up.
both frozen.
Oh, good.
Discord is
Taking-
Discord is
I know.
shitting itself.
Yes, we are friendly.
We come in
We come in
peace.
peace.
Kay wants to say that we'll be back.
We're going to take a short break due to technical difficulties.
Oh, it's all fixed now.
Oh, it's
Oh,
fine.
wait, we're fixed?
Were
Yeah,
we?
we're fixed.
Oh, okay, just kidding.
Yeah, you're both moving.
We can take a break
Okay.
after this part.
Yeah. Let's wrap up this bit.
Is
friendly.
Anawana included in this conversation, or are you keeping it just between you, Callus, and Rakesh?
Just the OG people.
Okay. The three of you can make Arcana checks if you like.
Because
I'm not. I got +0 and not even proficient, so I
Yes,
can't
same
I'm
here, I
I'm
think.
forgoing this.
Then
I-
you know what? Never mind. You'll never know. Continue
I
on.
think that right now, anyway, we've got other things to worry about.
Can I roll the acrobatics?
No,
they
this
both
one
start with
unfortunately
A
needs-
and have a C in them.
I would allow the other one for this.
Valhalla is religion.
A medicine check.
Oh, I actually have that.
Yeah,
But
I've never rolled this.
I can do medicine.
I can do medicine because I'm not proficient, but I have a +5.
21.
10.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't beat that.
As the three of you are bouncing back and forth, this is a joint effort. Spitballing ideas. Prison, does it mean carceride? Does it mean somewhere else? Does it mean it's referencing air bottle? Is it the wave? Somewhere in your readings, or perhaps Lucian's just mindless rumblings, he referred to his body as a prison.
So the bottle of air.
And an air bottle could be a lung.
Fuck.
Ah.
Okay.
So. You won't learn.
We are gonna tell him.
We're gonna. Are we going to ask him his lung? Like, hi, can we have your
No,
lung?
we'll just steal it while they're sleeping. It's fine. He's a lich. He'll just regenerate.
Cut my emperor into pieces.
Have you seen this skit?
He'll
Hey,
be
look!
back in a week.
It says gullible on the ceiling, and then you look up, it says, oh, it does say gullible. And you look back down and go, oh, you stole my lungs.
Yeah,
It's like the same thing.
Yeah,
I've got your nose. No, I've got your lung.
This is all I think important to keep on thinking about, but right now we've got other things to deal with.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Dio
this-
is my absolute priority. I just
this
wanted
won't-
to know if we should be telling Lucian, because if we are not telling the Emperor, then we are also not telling Balthazar.
Maybe we can like prepare everything on the side that doesn't need us to tell Lucian about it. Then when we're ready, we can tell him.
This is only to destroy this book because this is the book that Vecna needs.
For the ritual to bring him back, yeah.
I mean, it might
Anyway.
be safe. It might be safe with Lucian anyway. Yeah. I've got some people I need to talk to, but yeah, we'll figure this out.
I need to work on this map. I need to figure out what's going on in Nantra, see if I can get a hold of somebody. I might need to take a stop at the post office. If they're open. Anawana, will you come with me?
From the table, she looks up. Huh? Oh, sure, I can do that. she'll
Okay.
get up and walk over now that she's been invited to the conversation.
The cool
All right.
kid.
As we begin everybody's list of to-dos, we're gonna take a break so everyone can pee, get some
Get their
water.
internet sorted out.
I've
Get the
peed
internet
3
sorted out.
times. I don't know what's wrong with me. Just letting everyone know
You're
that.
pregnant. Congratulations.
I'm filling your bladder.
Stop generating my own piss.
Can I have your lung?
No.
I'm gonna ask this.
We'll
No
be right
lungs
back,
for
guys.
you. Sorry, I was sat there talking to myself saying, I'm taking us back. No one can hear me.
Let's go.
We're back.
We're back.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. All right,
Guess who's
everyone
back?
has back.
But yeah.
We have some preparations to do, and everyone has a different way of preparing for things, and you're about to learn that. So, if you guys have anything you want to do in town before you begin your trek with a dead body, we'll start with Malin and Anawana. Where are you guys going? What you guys doing?
What did I need to go to the post office for? I said it before, but I don't remember.
No, sure.
Letters.
Just visiting.
Well, I'm sending all the letters out, but like, what else am I
To
what else do I
Nantra.
do?
You wanted
Yes,
to
getting word out to Nantra.
Yes.
Who can I message in Nantra?
Derek.
You have some options.
I'm not
Uh,
messaging Tarek.
You got Tarek. You would know that your favorite court jester is with her wife across the world right now, so she's a little preoccupied. So not in Nantra. You have.
But I know that she's got a ship in Nantra, right?
You know she has a ship. You don't know if she's in Nantra with the ship or if she's in Everstone with the ship currently.
Okay.
But that's for you to decide.
That's an option. What's another option?
Floyd.
Floyd is in Nantra.
It's
That guy
fucking
you went
cross
on one adventure
campaigns.
with. That guy you went on one adventure with to outer space.
I don't think that I remember him.
How dare you?
In the same boat, Jax is in Nantra, the same girl you went on one mission with to outer space.
Dimple's the only person I kept in contact with.
Yeah. You
But like,
could reach out to.
do I have little shade minions in Nantra?
You could probably reach out to the dunes in Nantra. They'd probably be your best bet. But because you don't like have a direct contact, you could go through
I have
Zoya.
somebody who's like, there's some sort of anthropomorphic creature who is the dock master there that I was working with.
Yeah, you could definitely reach out. Let me pull up my notes real quick.
That's who I'm reaching out to first. Forget that.
Okay.
Fuck
Easy
off. Ain't
enough.
nobody want to talk to Tarek.
It's not Tarek. Oh no, I'm not calling Tarek.
Yeah. So you sending a letter? Yeah, probably.
No, sending.
Oh, you're paying for a sending. Okay. Third level spell, 200 gold, por favor.
Done. Out of the bank, please.
Yeah.
God damn, is that the going rate? Shit, I've been like really undercharging people for sendings. Oh my god.
Yeah. 50 for first level spell, 100 for second level, 200 for a third, 400 for a fourth, 800 for a fifth, so on and so forth.
A lot of money for a ninth.
Yep.
How about the 10th?
Wish.
Impossible. Yeah. You reach out to Captain. Slow a little faster. Captain Airbor Truckfoot. They are the dockmaster in Nantra, working mostly in Dimple's pocket nowadays, letting her legally park the ship for the lineup. But you know, bot help is better than no help. What do you say?
25 words. Sterling here. Found some maps detailing possible infiltration. How are things there? What can you tell me?
What kind of things are you looking for? Lots going on. Nothing overly suspicious. We'll keep eye open.
Okay, that's it. And she sends all our letters. Was there anything that you wanted to take care of while we're here?
It's just a simple thing. If I could pick up some common clothes with better shoes, that'd be appreciated, but that's it.
May's about to burst into tears. Oh yeah, we can go shopping for clothes, certainly. And walks right by where she went with Eclipsa to take her somewhere else.
Good. As you guys go on the adventure off looking for clothing to make and want to blend in a little more and be a little more comfortable on a long journey, a sad journey, preparing for a funeral. Balthazar, are you doing anything?
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
Eleanor get me everything that I needed?
Everything.
Everything. Okay.
Except for the cubic inch.
Nope. I gotta do that. So I'm gonna
Yep.
bamf out Sasha and just like walk down to the morgue and just be like, okay, sweetie, you need to tell me if anyone is coming. Keep this between you and Daddy. Shush, shush, shush. I'm gonna let myself in and I'm gonna find the thing that she's brought for me.
Your daughter has outdone herself, Balthazar.
Of course she has. She's A+ because I had
This-
nothing to do with her.
This coffin is sleek, deep redwood, right from the pit of the Shadowfell. It is carved and glossed with the brightest shine you've ever seen, encrusted with rubies in a double B monogram along the top of the box, and fine gold inlay all around the bottom side. As you get closer and inspect it, there is a small piece of parchment laid on top. She's like, sorry, to get to the value, I had to add things. XOXO E. And you just see, as you open it up inside, there are small light up orbs on the side, just strobing red lights into the inside of the box. And there are more rubies and sapphires all along the inside of the coffin, as it is lined with crushed red velvet.
Okay, she may have gone too far. I don't actually want to part with this. I want to get in here myself. That's crazy. Okay, I will take the components that she's given me, and I will fill them into the box and perform the ritual. And I will take
Walk
one
me
of,
through it. What does it look like?
just as usual, getting that bit of diamond, breaking it up, remembering not to snort this because that would be silly.
How much is your
Sprinkling it.
diamond worth for the audience? Just so they can all cry with you.
1,000 gold pieces.
This is worth it.
Yes, all right. I'm going to sprinkle that all into the coffin. I'm going to take the non-poisonous dagger, and I'm going to stick it into my thigh. I'm going to cut a cubic inch of myself out.
You take 16 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, that makes
as you
sense.
Jab into your thigh and begin severing through thick
I'm gonna.
layers of flesh and tissue, bunching into nerves as everybody currently figures out, oh shit, an inch is a decent size of flesh and it's cubic, so it's deep.
I
in your
imagine
inner thigh.
he's
where
got
it's very
like
sensitive.
some of his BDSM gear out, just biting into going.
Okay, purposes for Balthazar today.
No kink shaming.
No kink shaming.
Thomas, you right, baby.
And Rakesh will just punch the hole. So.
And then I take the bit, sweating, like I've just been in a Saw game. Put it in the middle of the little diamond
Sweating
pile,
and, you just see the blood flooding out.
Yeah, literally.
and then I take the spell scroll and use it to complete the ritual. And then I will close up the lid, hide it into the back of the morgue and cover it up. But before I do that, I pop in the spellbook that we found in the Shadowfell. The Arcane Grimoire +1. I pop that in there, along with a dagger and a bottle of wine. And that's that.
Bottle of water?
Bottle of wine?
As Balthazar nestles this piece of tiefling sashimi into this coffin in the pile of diamond dust and locking it away with the arcane grimmer and a dagger, as well as a bottle of the finest red wine he could find. He leaves this box to sit and fester for the next 120 days. Rakesh, is there anything you want to do?
Just helping Balthazar.
You are not here.
No, nothing. Searching for the fire of Valhalla.
Yeah, just carefully peeling through. You know what? You find yourself in a library, Rakesh. You are
I'm
not
like,
a dumb
"Ooh."
man. You're a wise man. And you know things. You've seen things. And
I'm
you've
wise,
heard
but I'm
things.
not intelligent.
Wisdom is still smarts in its own way. And you find yourself, so you're like, huh. Books. You end up wandering through the streets.
No, that is too low. Like, books, it can catch in fire. That's where I'm gonna go.
Exactly. Things that are flammable.
Book off.
And you end up in a library. It's the only public library in all of New Azure. And as you enter, you're greeted by a small automaton carrying a tray, whirling around, just saying, "Welcome, welcome, welcome, welcome," on just like
Fire.
broken repeat.
Fire of Valhalla, please.
Does not compute. Follow me, and he like whirs. And you're brought
Don't understand.
to a couple of.
Understand as does not compute and follow me. Like for him, like. So why do I need to follow you?
He like starts. This little automaton begins screaming. As he leads you on a wild goose chase up and down the aisles of this library.
Shit, it's a library, man.
Library.
People are reading here. Writing.
As eventually you come to a section of the library, he shows you a few books. Some of them are not helpful. He shows you the eccentric eclairs of Everstone. It is a cookbook, all about, you guessed it, eclairs. He shows you the Curious Case of the Curious Cactus. He shows you 99 Ways to Kill a Ham, Part 2. And then he shows you the Mysterious Saga of the Disco Dinosaur.
Surely it isn't that.
Followed by The Never Burning Flame.
Okay.
Followed by Zen and the Art of Interdimensional Bowling.
I'm gonna go with the dinosaur and the never ending flame.
Excellent. So you can add the Never Burning Flame and the Disco Dinosaur to your the Mysterious Saga of the Disco Dinosaur to your inventory. And then he goes, Valhalla, this way. No, it's not. You'll have to add them manually. And then he goes, Valhalla this way. Valhalla this way. As he like leads you around the corner to a nicer area of the library. This area looks like it's dusted more frequently, perhaps manned a little bit more. There are bigger tables with bigger light sources. And he just like rams himself into the bookcase a few times as if he was trying to point to where he wants you to look. There's 3 books there. Visiting Valhalla. There's the Upper Prime, and then Plain Walk for Dummies is like its subtitle. And then there is Venturing Valhalla, A Tale of Traveling the Depths.
I'm gonna read the 3 books because I have no fucking. Oh no, maybe the third one. Because if you need to travel the depth, you need light. Okay, I'm gonna go with the third one.
Are you taking it out or are you reading in the library?
I'm taking the 3 out.
Hell yeah, okay.
I,
So Rakesh, yeah?
I hate to be that guy, but how the fuck does Rakesh know how to read? He's been blind his whole life.
No, I was not blind before. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
who's
take out.
blinded as an adult?
Yeah.
Roll a history check to see if you remember how to read.
Just roll a medicine check to see if your optic nerves still work.
I'm blind back. I'm
Uh,
still blind yet.
So, leaving the library with the mysterious saga of the Disco Dinosaur, the Never Burning Light, and then the 3 books on Valhalla, Rakesh has much reading to do. Go ahead and roll me. Let's say, roll me. You know what? We'll just do 5. Roll me 5 investigation checks. You're reading 5 books. Let's see how this goes.
Okay, so that's roll d20, no bonus, perfect.
What can go wrong?
Yeah, I know. Like.
All right, so the first one is for the Never Burning Flame.
I'm gonna take my metal dice.
That's a good option. I always support a good dice.
A 4.
The Never Burning Flame doesn't give you much. The language in it is just too intellectual for your wise brain. But what you gather is somewhere there is a flame that was lit by a soul burning flame, and it never goes out.
There's a soul that is lit by a never-ending flame. Did I understand well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. 13 for the second.
The mysterious saga of the Disco Dinosaur brings a lot of information for you, Rakesh. These 16 cardboard pages provide the wildest tales of Jesus the Disco Dinosaur.
That was a fun game. A fun book, sorry.
Yeah, it is the story of how he goes off to another land in search of his biological mom and meets 3 potential biological mothers. And they all have a great time singing about it.
You just see him chuckle while he read it.
Give me one more.
Third one.
Yeah.
I rolled a net 20.
Okay. So for the first Valhalla book, you know that what you gather is that to enter Valhalla, you need either an invitation, permission, or you have to die a lawful good soul.
Oh man. I died, but not awful good.
Yeah, we're all
We're all
fucked. We're all
fucked.
fucked in that regard. Lawful good, my ass.
Okay.
Plain
one.
walking for dummies.
19.
Okay. Getting the rolls where it counts. As you flip through this book, you learn that there are a couple of ways to get to Valhalla aside death. But they're not easy ones. So the first thing you learn is you can go to the Feywild and walk the infinite staircase before you get to the planular junction, and then you can pick the door to Valhalla. That's way number 1. Way number 2 is you learn that there is a site on the material plane in a city just north of a city called Borden Pass, called the Ruins of Days Past. And there is rumored to be a very, very old teleportation circle within those ruins. The third option is you can find a solar, so basically an angel. And if you can seduce or persuade or befriend it into bringing you across to Valhalla, they can take you.
Okay, I hope you're taking notes, Nikki, because I'm not.
I have one thing written down, which is Soul Flame and 2 things, and how to get in. That's it.
I wrote down about the 3 potential mothers.
Yeah, that's the most important.
The important part.
And
Yes.
they had a great time.
Yeah, definitely
I know
Mamma
that
Mia is
type
gonna
of
help you here.
So it's a 13.
There's last one for venturing Valhalla. To get access to the never burning flame, you have to present yourself in front of a tribunal of individuals who have earned their spot on this council and basically make your case and sell why you deserve a fragment of this flame. And they will question you and tear you apart and poke holes in your story and in your answers, and they will try to persuade you against taking this flame in every way possible. But if you can get all 5 of them to agree, you will get a fragment of the flame.
Okay, and I'm just because now I'm taking notes, so I'm gonna go back on things.
Yeah. To recap,
So you said for the book before this one that there's 3 ways to enter it. It was by
Yes.
old teleportation.
yeah,
side,
old
No, it
teleportation
was-
circle north of Borden
was-
Pass.
Norton,
You can-
and a
Invitation.
befriend a solar.
Yes, so that's how
Golden
to get there.
Pass.
There are 3 ways. To get to the gates, there are 3 ways. You can go to the Feywild, climb the infinite staircase, and then go through the gate at the top. You can befriend a solar and have them bring you. Or you can try to find a rumored teleportation circle north of Borden Pass. To get through the gates, you need an invitation
Yeah.
to be escorted or to die a lawful good death. And then for
death or to die as a lawful good character.
to die as a lawful good soul.
Okay,
One
good.
and the same to Valhalla.
Because I was about to say if you die while doing a lawful good action.
So Dio's there.
I don't think Dio's lawful good.
What do you want, Charlie? Wanna fight me? Okay, let's fight.
He died, LG.
I'm scared.
Did he?
And then
Thought it was CG.
to get the flame is to go in front of a tribunal of those who have earned their spot and convince all 5 of them to give you a fragment of the flame.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm gonna keep the book.
All right.
Man,
As
it's
Rakesh is studying away at a library, the girls are shopping, and Balthazar is dissecting his own flesh. What's Callus up to?
So now that everyone's had some fun, Callus is gonna go and be Callus. Callus has a few stops that he needs to make.
Okay.
First stop, I think, is he'd probably go through the inn and try and find his family.
Oh,
Okay. As you head back to the Navy Rose, and you kind of look around, do you ask for a lead or do you just
I
go
just-
rogue? No puns intended. Yeah, no
yeah, I just
problem.
walk.
As you go through the building, it's not long. You kind of know where they were staying before. And you do you knock on the door? Do you just enter?
I definitely knock.
As you go in, there's a small knock on the door. It's quiet for a minute, but it doesn't take long for a thinner woman with a little bit of a mousy face and mousy gray hair to come to the door. Her eyes obviously tired. It looks like she's been through a lot. You recognize her as Esther, your sister. And on her hip is a small babe, kind of just bouncing back, little elven ears pointing up, and she goes, "Oh, hi. Do you want to come in?"
If it's not too much of a bother.
No, they're awake. I'll just warn you, they're a little out of it today. Mom hasn't been doing so good the last couple of nights. But they're awake today, which is better than it could be.
Yeah, is there is something wrong or
The local medic folk think it just seems to be old age coming for them. They're just losing their senses and their good graces, and it's part of their aging process and experience, and as much as I'd love to help and change that for them, there's unfortunately nothing that can be done. Saying hi today does not mean they'll remember you tomorrow. So don't take offense when they ask you who you are 10 times or call you by a name that has nothing to do with you.
I would be honestly surprised if they even recognize me in the first place.
I know it's going to be hard for you. I know you probably think they just left you and forgot about you. But I promise, for as long as I can remember, they poured everything they had into finding you until the money ran out. Okay. As you walk into the room with Esther, sitting on the beds is an old couple. There's 2 beds, and they share one of them. They're both sat up. One of them, the male, is a little bit on the pudgier side. His neck sagging, his eyes a little droopy. He's weathered, and you can see age lines all up the side of his face. His hair is grayed all over the top of his head in like tight curls, really close to his skin. The tone is a little olivey, not unlike yourself. He is in very simple light blue and beige cotton clothing. And beside him is a thinner, a little bit more sickly looking woman, a touch jaundice around the face. Her lips very thin and crinkled, top lip almost non-existent. Eyes a little more gaunt. Her hair, while it is gray and slightly matted, she has it done up with a number of baubles and berets, and you can see like she's tried to put some rouge on her cheeks and haphazardly has on some kind of lip color, trying to maintain appearances. And on the other bed is an elven man, mid 200s in age, quite young, soft green skin, big pointed ears, flopped over green hair, just reading a book. This, and she points to the man, is Naga. This is your father, our father. And this is Mistra, your mother. And obviously, you know me, I'm Esther, and that's Quinn on the bed, and this little guy here is Corden. Bouncing the babe kind of up and down. She walks over to the bed and kind of passes Corden off to Quinn and gets down at like eye level to them. Mom, Dad, she like talks a little louder, enunciates a little bit more. I have someone special you need to say hi to. And she like goes over and like stands up a bit and puts a pillow behind Nagar's back and like pushes him up a little bit, gets him more settled.
Moochie time.
Kiss time. Kiss cam. This here is Oscar. Do you remember him? Can 2 of you, let's say Thomas and Callie. Callie, can you roll me a d20 and subtract 4?
Yeah, checks out.
Thomas, can you roll a d20 and subtract 3?
While they're rolling, when I enter and look at them all, is there any sign of twin skin?
Not on either of the parents, no. On Corden,
The child.
yes. You see a few bumps and bruises on the side of the head, but they're nothing alarming or familiar to yours.
Yeah, other than that, Callas, like the moment he actually stepped through the door, he's like moved his arms up closer to his body to hide the stains of blood that's on his arms as he moves in. Just sort of clasped his hands together.
Nygar just kind of mumbles and shakes his head and tosses it around a little bit. Whereas Mistra kind of looks. Glasses, please, please, glasses. And she like shakes her hand at Esther, trying to like rush her along. And Esther's like, yes, Mom, got it, Mom. And she like brings over a pair of spectacles and places it on her eyes. Is that our Oscar? And she just like fixes her glasses, like pulling them close. Is it really you? Really you?
Apparently.
Oh. And you just kind of like see her eyes like swell up and little tears like go down her cheeks as Nygar just sits there gnawing away at some oatmeal, not really lucid to what's going on beside him. She like gestures you to come forward. She's like reaching out for where your hand height would be in like uppy kind of motions.
He gives her his hands.
And for the next probably 30 seconds, she brings your hands to her forehead and just mumbles over and over and over again, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I shouldn't have let them take you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have fought harder. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Will you forgive me? I'm so sorry. I failed you. And just repeats in cycle.
I guess it runs in the family. Okay. Hi.
She pulls back your hands from her forehead and kisses your hands and squeezes them as tight as her frail little fingers allow her to. I prayed every day you would come back to me. And for years, I was told you would never return. But we are here, and by the grace of Kolkorin, you have returned to me.
Do I know that name?
Make a religion check. Or a history check. I'll allow both.
Religion. What the fuck?
Actually, make both. Make both.
Yeah, 21 for religion.
God of the Merchants.
And 10 for history.
He's the god of the merchants, that's much you know. And your parents owning a textile store. Makes sense.
Makes sense.
And outside of the Seder village, you drug Eclipse 2, where you reconvened with Rakesh. There was a temple that worshipped the Traveler, Gnarl, Glittergold, and Kolkoron.
Right. Okay. Yeah, by him. What happened?
Callie, can you roll me another d20 and subtract 4?
Got a 5.
She looks at you and goes, oh, I've cut most of it out of my head. It was a fleep like any other fleep. We had just come back from Astrapora with a new variety of silks and taffetas to use. Your father had been preparing a boar the village had hunted for us to have a feast. It was high sun, and you could smell the ocean coming in. Your sister was maybe 2, and you just 5. And you started getting very ill. Very, very ill. Your skin was hard as rocks. There were boils and bumps festering. And we put all we could into it, searching up and down the coast until we heard the story of a man who had a similar affliction and knew how to cure it. So we looked for him. He said he had a boarding school just west of Rotund, and he would take you there and care for you and heal you. He said he had 20 other boys and girls your age, all being healed. It was the safe house for Sentinel youth, is what they called it. It cost us 8,000 gold.
Sorry, he stole me and scammed your ass. Right, and this man, a noble demeanor.
Yes,
well-kept
very fine,
beard.
very kind. Presented him off as a doctor.
Did he give you a name at all?
He called... What was his name? She looks to herself and you can kind of see her pattering through lips and just kind of like racking her brain.
Xander.
Callie, can you roll me another d20 and subtract 4?
Six.
I can't quite remember his name. It was harsh sounding, heavy on the mouth with lots of consonants. He said he was healing the others. He didn't tell us much. He said there would be a blood transfusion and a surgery, but he would teach you to walk again and get you on the guard in the Jade Empire and make you a happy life that we could not provide to you. We were too poor. And then one day we thought, well, we're going to Essendale anyway. Let's stop off and see our boy. And when we got to Essendale, we stayed the night and asked for directions. And everyone looked at us like we were crazy. Like no one knew what we were talking about when we brought up the safe house. So we went to Rotund and asked for directions. And no one knew what we were talking about. So we took your sister home and had Carolyn, a local priestess, watch her. And we went back. Your father and I searched and searched and searched the hills. We were out there for the better part of 3 days. Came across an orcish village, asked them for directions. No one had ever heard of this safe house, of this school. So we went home and sold everything and began searching and searching and searching. for people who would go look. We sold our shop and began working out of our common room. I sold the ring your father got me. We sold all of our belongings. All of the money went into it. And we never found the school or that man again.
I'm sorry.
You're not the one to be sorry. We just wanted you to be better and we let you down. We could have fought for you or taken you for treatment somewhere ourselves, or we should have just never trusted a stranger with our baby boy.
I can understand why you would. But the man didn't entirely lie. I wouldn't be here without him. He taught me to survive, to live, to fight. And while it wasn't a school, the Sentinels are maybe an organization that I was part of in my time that I was there. We worked under and for that man. And we would make it our duty to wander the roads and ensure that everyone is able to be safe on their travels, and we'd look after people, and we'd take on work so that others wouldn't have to. It's landed me in some trouble in some locations, but nothing I've been unable to handle. And as for that man, he is dead. Muted.
She just kind of nods her head and looks at you and looks over to Esther before looking back at Nagar. And I'm sorry still. And I will spend the rest of my years praying for your forgiveness. But thank you for giving me this chance to get to know you now.
I forgive you. You don't need forgiveness, but I forgive you.
She smiles up a little bit.
I know that obviously there was something wrong, but it's not as bad as it has been. And he begins unbandaging his head.
It looks like you've healed some.
I didn't really do anything. It just happened when that man died. But I figured it still doesn't feel right, but I figured that maybe if I turn my head this way, you can at least see who I could be.
I don't need to see who you could be. I see you for who you are, my son. And she just squeezes your hands as little as she can again, but trying her best. And then you just hear like a croaky voice from beside you goes, "What do you say?" And she goes, "Nothing, dear," and just pats him on the shoulder. "Eat your porridge."
I need to go and talk to someone else about something important. But I'll come back.
I would like that very much. Maybe we can get you and all of your little friends together and have a meal together or something. It would be nice to see who makes my man look so good.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I'll talk to you later.
Esther just stands up and nods and pats your mom on the shoulder and kind of like fixes the straps of her blouse and gets her tucked in and comfortable and passes her a cup of tea and just kind of walks with you towards the door while Corden is still in Quinn's lap. Thank you for that. I know it probably wasn't easy or comfortable or how you wanted to spend your day, but it will mean much to them.
Yeah. I'll see you later.
I'll see you later.
And he bandages up his head before he heads back out.
All right.
Next up, he needs to go and talk to P. So he's gonna search around.
Do you go by yourself or do you bring anybody with you?
He goes by himself. That's not a good question to be asking.
As you head into the city, the last place you saw your friend was at the 6 to midnight. So you kind of make your way that way. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Good at these. Can I roll religion instead? Just kidding.
I wish.
Fuck. 4.
Okay. You walk around the city and you find a building next to the 6 for midnight. And eventually you recognize this building used to be just like a storage house. It was very empty and broken down and not very useful at all. But now on the front of the building, there is a hanging sign and it says the Croaked Toad. It is open and functioning for business, whereas the 6 to midnight is not. There are lots of people coming in and out of this building. Some of them carrying large bags, some of them carrying smaller bags. You see all number of families, coupled individuals, some groups of friends. It is a new tavern in town that seems to be thriving.
I sort of yes, skirt my way in and just sort of search the place top to bottom. Just seeing if I can find P.
Easy enough. Just need 2 shakes here.
Also, I want it to be known that after I rolled that 4, I threw my dice back into the corner of the tray and it landed on a nat 20.
What a shame. As you walk into this bar, Callus, it's overstimulating. There is rainforest-like music playing everywhere. In the center of the room is a giant frog's head, wide open mouth, done up as the bar. There's a variety of seating, some closer to the ground, some like raised platforms done up as lily pads with little ladders crawling up to them. There's all number of chandeliers with like crystal frogs hanging off of them. In the center of the room, surrounding the bar, is a like basically a pond with live water plants in it and like fish all swimming through it. And at the door in an apron that is covered in like this geometric grung pattern, this woman greets you. Welcome to the Croaked Toad. Can we get you somewhere sat today?
I'm looking for a friend of mine. Owlin, dark feathers, usually wearing a duster or a trench coat, crossbow.
You're perfect. I know exactly who you're talking about, and I can show you exactly where he sits. This way, follow me. He's already ordered the jumping jalapeno poppers and a frog leg delight. You're going to love these.
I'm sure I will.
As she like leads you across the room, you watch as you see your friend walking down the small ladder and into a back like room, essentially. She leads you to the ladder and points up to the table. And this is where he was sitting. He probably just ran to the little owl's room. He'll be right back.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll probably be down to order something at some point.
Sounds good to me. Have a very great day. And she like walks away from you as you guys finish talking.
Callus like sits down at the table, waits, but just like dead eyes where he disappeared to, and if he doesn't turn up in like a couple of minutes, 5 at the max or whatever, he'll get up and go to chase him.
Yeah, as you sit there and wait, food gets dropped off eventually. 3 minutes pass. 4 minutes pass. 5 minutes. And you've decided you've had enough. So you get up and walk down those stairs and head into that room. It's a long hallway.
Okay.
And there's a door at the end. He's standing outside the door. There's a small sliding view hole in the door. But he's standing there and he passes back to you at the moment. So with the right approach, you could be undetected.
Callus just calls out down the hall the moment that he sees him. P.
How you doing, friend? Didn't expect to see you here. It doesn't really seem like your vibe.
I was looking for you. I needed to talk to you.
Yeah, what's up? What can I do for you?
I know that you're doing something there. Can we like sit down somewhere or something?
Yeah. Just let me. I can come back to this. Do you want to go outside? Or
Yeah,
I've got food coming if you want to eat.
I'm thinks back to Dio's body again. I'm not too hungry.
All right. Yeah. You lead the way. You show me where you want to sit.
All right. Callus just takes him outside. The moment they get outside, Callus just stops, turns, looks at him, like dead in the eyes. So we've been gone for a while.
Mm-hmm.
When we found you at 6 to midnight,
Mm-hmm.
we went down the I think it was a hatch that you told us about. I ended up back in Carcerai.
You've been there before.
Yes. Not in the same way, but yes.
Okay.
Did you know about that?
No, I was frankly too scared to go down the hole myself.
Okay. And Callus takes his glove off on his head that is not gross, and reaches it out to pee. Swear on our oath as brothers.
I swear on our oath, and like I said, gods be damned, I will follow you.
Does he take Callus's hand?
Yes.
The moment he does, Callus casts his own of truth.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw, right?
Charisma.
Okay. I'm going to roll off. Whose sheet did I roll off last time? Was it Maylin's?
Probably.
Was she to blame for everything?
Mm.
All right. You know what? Let's roll off Dio's sheet.
Oh, bless.
All right. Rolling from Dio, his modifier is a +3. Eight plus
DC.
3 is 11.
DC 18.
Yeah, he fails.
So the moment that he takes Callus's hand and Callus casts Zone of Truth, this like energy begins transferring back and forward between them. Because this is actually a spell from being part of the Marks of the Sentinels, which both of us were in. This energy begins transferring back and forward between us. It's glowing green, and it'll shift to red if he's lying. Say it again. You didn't know it was there.
I didn't know it was there.
It's still green.
And still green.
Where is Vin? You two were near inseparable.
He's an Astropora undercover.
Why?
Trying to prevent a shipment of narcotics from hitting the ground. A poison so deadly that it could kill everybody.
Okay. Have you been keeping in contact with any of the other Sentinels?
Not as often as I should.
Let's go. I'm sorry, but it has been a very exhausting journey, and I am sick of people pretending to be allies.
With understanding reason, friend. But you've got a group now, don't you? You trust them? Do you trust yourself? Maybe you should work on that.
Seems like everything and everyone is telling me that these days.
If it's advice aplenty, maybe it's true.
I'll work on myself when I've got time to.
I recommend making time before it bites you in the ass.
I'll keep it in mind. And Callus tosses him a small pouch of 10 gold, and just says, cover food and everything else. For taking your time.
Thank you. Are you guys in town long?
If only I knew. We've got one of my friends. We. I know. Trust me, I know. We fought Vecna. We beat Vecna, and unfortunately, my friend paid the price.
And I'm the High Flame of Rotund. Good one. Good luck.
Do you want me to swear on the oath again?
No, I trust you. Good luck with whatever you're going to do, Callus.
Thank you.
May you have a happy life.
You too. Hopefully at some point we'll have time to actually sit down and relax together.
Yes, well, eventually you'll need to sit down and relax. And when that day comes, I'll be right beside you.
Thank you. Alright. Yeah, Callus packs up and heads back.
All right. As everybody finishes up their to-do list, whether that be self-mutilation in form of life preservation, the reading of disco dinosaur books, sending pen pal letters, or shopping for a new look, or perhaps the subtle interrogation of a lifelong companion, you eventually, keyword eventually, all stumble back to a communal space. Do you think you guys end up at the House of Light, or do you guys think you end up at the Navy Rose? Or somewhere different entirely?
I would have gone back to the Navy Rose to catch everyone, but I do want to get back to the House of Light and get Rosa back there and stuff.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
So after being corralled by Maylin outside the house of, outside the Navy Rose, you eventually make your way to the House of Light. In not so great shape, Rosa is wandering around the house, dragging behind her two things. In one hand, a wine bottle, and in the other hand, a necklace of fingers. And she's just
Rosa?
walking. Yeah,
Where did you get those?
from my hidey hole.
Not the wine, the fingers.
From my hidey hole.
Where would the fingers come from before the hidey hole, Rosa?
I know a guy.
Have you been talking to Frog Dubby again?
I don't know
I
who
thought
that
I told
is,
you we
but
don't buy from him.
yeah, but he has the best fingers in town.
I can't lie with that. Argue with that. Just make sure that they are freely given, yes? You have
I
been
assume
checking that
so.
they are They are
free range
humanely
fingers?
collected. Free range. Yes.
Yes, yeah. He says they're free range and organic. No
Do you
cannibalism.
not have enough money to stock the house with food? Have I not been leaving you enough?
No, you have. I've just been a little busy. So sorry. I will get right on that
Busy
now,
with what, my
Malin.
dear? What can I help with?
It's kind of a secret.
Not anymore.
Okay. Promise you guys won't be mad.
Nope.
I'm always mad.
I'm
She
already
dresses-
drawing my knife as she's going the fucking wine. I swear to God.
She leads you guys to the back of the House of Light to a pantry that none of you have probably opened. It often just has like cleaning supplies and like
I'm sure that there are rooms in this place I haven't opened.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. She brings you to this pantry and she goes, okay. Okay. And she opens the door and inside this closet there's no cleaning supplies. In the most haphazard way, she has pieced together a cradle and a little dresser. And she's got some little fabric pieces and she's made a mobile of little ears and fingers that she's made to be dressed like airplanes and ferries. Airplanes, airships, and ferries. Yeah, airplanes. I didn't.
Rosa
I wanted
invented
to.
airplanes. That's what she's been so busy with.
Yeah. I wanted to make sure you had a place for the baby.
They just goes down to the floor and hugs her.
I just didn't want the baby to have to sleep in a bed with somebody else and get smushed. They're kind of squishy and malleable.
We've got so much time. Please feed yourself.
I can do that too.
You haven't
And she
been.
just
You've
starts
been drinking.
gnawing on the fingers.
Okay, but we have to lay off the wine.
I will stop drinking wine and drink some milk.
Yeah,
Maybe not immediately. Give it time to like leave your system for a second.
I can do that too.
It will instantly cur. You are such. I am very lucky to have you, Rosa.
I'm very lucky to have you. And you. And she looks to Callus and to Rakesh. And then she looks to Balthazar and Anawana. I don't really know you guys, but I like you too.
You drink all my wine?
I'll
Balthazar,
cut your ear off.
You can fucking try.
Balthazar.
Ha 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 ha. And she like starts poking you with a dick in the knee.
Balthazar.
Yeah.
Balthazar.
I'm already bleeding heavily from a little thing in my leg. So let's go.
Balthazar.
What?
She drops 200 platinum into his hands. That's to restock the wine cellar.
Okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good.
How the fuck do y'all have money?
I don't.
I don't know.
People give
Wait,
it to
my mom's
me.
so excited about money. That's because May's a sugar mama. We know what's up.
Harry had to invest his cash somewhere.
That's right. Fucking Harry.
I'm assuming that the amber is in the holy water and we've been waiting for that, or is that still need to be done?
I thought
Yes.
we brought it with us. Do we bring it with us?
Eleanor had given you guys a single beer tankard with all 30 pieces of amber submerged in holy water.
Okay, so we're just taking it to the House of Light to let them defrost, basically, right?
Mm-hmm. From what she tells you, it should be good by morning.
Oh, we have to wait that long. Can we just put a lid on it and take it with us?
You could try shaking it.
I shake it.
All the holy water goes all that off.
Yeah. Roll a d100 just for the lols. Let's see if there's a magic surge in this holy water.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Anything over 90.
Just let me
88.
cast Sacred Flame on the
88.
fucking tankard.
Fuck. Do you?
Hmm?
Huh? You're casting a spell in the tankard?
I was joking. I mean, I
Oh.
can do it, but...
Who knows with you guys?
I do have a spell that lets me make holy water. So,
Well, we have holy water.
yeah.
Would have been. I probably should have asked if we could make holy water before we waited an hour to get holy water. But you know, shit happens.
It does, from occasion. All right, you guys are back at the House of Light. Rosa has shown you her secret project, and Balthazar has been given enough money to restock the wine cellar. What do you guys want to do?
It's nighttime now, eh?
Yeah, pretty damn close.
I'm
Well,
gonna take May apart if she's.
Take her apart.
What?
I'm going to dissect her.
What?
That's a beautiful arm. Have you seen that, Callus? No.
We're still waiting on the stuff from Theban, right? The oils and such.
He said it could be upwards of a week, yeah.
I have the lung, Callus.
I think he means get May to step aside with him.
Yeah. So,
What?
can I, no, another thing, Tyke, did I can I left the library with the books?
Yeah, you can take out the books.
Okay. So
The library. You can borrow all the books. But late fees.
He's definitely stealing it.
I'm gonna say on the name Lucian Moonshadow.
Put it on the Emperor's tab.
Classic. Classic.
What's good having a friend in power if they can cover your library late fees for you? Yeah, you've got all 5 books.
And I'm gonna give them to me. I'm gonna say I read them. There's things interesting in it. Then I'm gonna remove the dinosaur one. I'm gonna say that one is not that important.
What? Why?
Do you want to read a good story? I can let you, but there is not a lot of information.
She looks panicked.
Dinosaur.
Is there a trick to this? I
Yeah,
would
no,
like
like-
all of the books, please.
Okay, there you go. But if you don't have time for this one, no concern about it.
Oh, of
It's
course.
like
Thank you.
a story for the kid.
Yeah, for
and,
kids.
I read it all, and it is about
Including
the-
this one. This one
Yeah,
for
yeah,
children.
Yeah.
But it would be
most
weird
funny
if I
one.
read it, but you read it.
Yeah, I'm old. People can get over it. You're still young. You still have. maybe it's for your kid. Oh, that's good. Okay, good. Take
Doesn't
it
this
up.
have to go back to the library? It's got a stamp on it that says Library of New Azure.
I said Lucian took it.
We need to stop saying his name.
I love Nirikesh so much.
Half the bad shit people think Lucian's done is just Rakesh saying, Lucian told me to do this.
Lucian's gonna take care of it.
You killed my sister. Just put it on Lucian's tab.
I'm here to
Yeah,
pick
but
up 600 cheeseburgers for the Emperor.
Put it on his
Put it
tab.
on Lucian's tab.
Lucian, when you come back,
Ordering
what the
Domino's
fuck is
pizza
going
to
on?
random addresses and saying put it on Lucian's tab.
I'm just hungry. I need a little pizza.
Lucian, when he comes back to New Azure, looking at his tab, like, what the fuck is going on?
Steel Bear's there with his treasury expense. 6,000 gold on takeout.
No, but it's about the flame. The Valhalla
This one's
flame.
about dinosaurs.
Yes. That's what I said. It's not important.
Right, no, but maybe there's some hidden message in there. She just takes the books. Thank you so much for this.
You're welcome. I think I made it like more wild than ever.
What a scene.
She was running. She was running to a corner to read the little kid's book.
It's about a little dinosaur who goes off to find his mom, but finds out he might have 3 mothers. It's not sure which one's his birth mother. And, they sing about it and have a good time. And he never really finds out who his mom is. He just thinks he does.
Well, obviously his heart tells him that he's got his mother is where home is.
I think
Exactly.
the focus
And
is
your
not
mother
supposed
is
to be
the
on
friends
that
that you
bitch.
made along the way.
100%. Yeah. And that he's a
This is on the
dancing
wrong
dino.
books.
May is full crying in a room, just sitting curled up on the bed in like a pillow, like nest, like with this book in her lap, full crying.
So what did you do to save Dio? We read a book about dinosaurs.
It's got 3 letters of his name in the name.
Yeah.
So yeah, May, that's what May's doing. She's hanging out with this book.
All right.
My family has invited everyone for dinner.
Oh, we're gonna meet the step family.
The family. Doesn't have to be tonight. Can be some other time.
Don't worry, I'm gonna make a good impression into them.
Into them.
With my fist.
What do you think of me?
May, how long do you spend reading these books?
Until somebody comes to find her.
Yeah, I think other than that, yeah, Callus goes to sit down and read books with me.
Okay.
Knock knock.
She's
Is
got
there-
books. That's busy.
Is there anything anyone else like to do, or would we like to take a long rest?
Anawana's just gonna ask Balthi a good place to go drink. She's gonna leave to drink the night.
Well, I would say that the cellar was the best place to drink until a tiny little rotten thing got in there and drank it all. So now I have to go and replace it all. But if you're going into town, I can take you somewhere in there while I go and get some supplies.
Sure, then I'll leave to come back here when you're done.
Okay. Well, how seedy do you want it? Like, what are your favorite kind of horrors? Do you like them like nimble, or are you going like for a? Are you on a budget? You know.
I'm still not familiar with the term whore.
Oh, it's a loving term for someone who works in a special industry. Let's walk and talk. Let me tell you about like tops and bottoms and twinks and bears and.
Oh my god.
She knows bears. She's a druid.
Oh yeah, you already know
Yeah,
bears.
that's actually what she was gonna say. I know the bears. I'm a druid. I've seen them.
Yeah, not that kind of bear, sweetie. You know what? You better help me walk. I hurt my leg. And
Okay.
what's like the seediest bar in town, Tay, that I would know of?
Oh God, there are some options for
Used to be
you.
the cloaked rabbit.
I'm taking her in
I
the
am
deep
old
end.
man here.
You have a couple of options. You can take her to the 6-foot wood. You can take her to the Velvet Parlor. Or you can take her to the Beholder Stalk.
I'll take it to the Velvet Parlor. That seems more like Annie's thing.
Alright. Do you go with her, or do you leave her to her own devices?
I'm going in there to get some merchandise because Balthazar doesn't understand wholesale, so he just buys bottles from the bar because that makes the most sense.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we'll drown his sorrows in a drink or two and watch Anawana and see what she does because
Alright.
thoroughly intrigued.
As all of you tuck away in to do whatever you're going to do tonight, Balthazar and Anawana, in a combination I wasn't mentally prepared for, hit the streets of New Azure to go to the Velvet Parlor.
On a date?
On the northern side of the city, tucked away on a cobblestone side street, you're greeted by a set of unmarked, heavy, ornate wooden doors. As soon as you open up, you're overtaken by muted conversation and gentle melodies of a piano. There are plush red velvet drapes and crystal chandeliers that cast like this warm, kind of orangey glow on everything, allowing the refractions of light to dance off the chandeliers, creating this sense of like rainbow opulence. There are a number of individuals walking around of all genders and races, some more dressed than others, some significantly less clad. There's deep mahogany furniture that they're laid across and some marble surfaces. It's a place. Yeah, it's a bar. Balthazar, you see all number of women and men that you have interacted with in your time. Anawana, you see a lot of people's bits for the first time.
I don't
But
think
it is
she's
an establishment.
very
A male tiefling in very short leather shorts and a studded kind of secondary collar, detached collar, coming up fanned and slightly studded, walks and presents himself to you. Welcome to the Velvet Parlor. I don't recognize either of you. I am Tiberius. It is lovely to meet you, and I cannot wait to show the two of you a great time. Can I interest you either in a drink?
Yes. We will start with a
yes,
drink.
please.
Andy, what do you fancy? What's like on your mind right now?
Something sweet.
Ah, I've got the blushing lips for you, darling. That will be perfect. And what about you, sir?
I'm feeling very sad, so I'm going to have an apple teeny.
House specialty, yes, the appletini. We will make sure we have one come over with the blushing lips right away. We'll get you to the booth over here, and he points to a round booth with heart-shaped backings. We will be with you in just a moment. And he just like snaps his fingers, and on the table appears an array of chocolate-covered strawberries. A little something to whet the appetite, if you will. I'll go get your drinks. And he steps away from the table for a moment. What do Balthazar and Anna want to talk about?
Oh, Balthazar, you would have gotten a cure wounds from Anawana on the way there.
Oh,
You
thanks.
said you hurt yourself.
Yeah, one of my kids, I was teaching them how to play. Maybe I shouldn't have given them the knife, but either way, Daddy won't be doing
Healed
that
to
again.
13.
Thank you. I'm feeling much better. Okay, so what do you think? What's this kind of...
Beautiful. It's very strange. Seems almost like the Navy Rose, but not. The velvet is familiar.
Yeah. This is what bars are generally like if you're not used to bars. This is like a standard, really. So, you know, you go, you get your drink, you get your whistle wet, if you know what I mean.
You drink?
Mm-hmm.
What? And she kind of looks at the people. I think May would have a heart attack coming in here.
Oh, trust me, I've known May for many years. Okay, before she was married, she'd be right in here. She'd be climbing that. You see that guy in the back right there? She'd be climbing him like a tree. Mm.
But they don't have shoes on, and there's velvet.
Yeah, you have to improvise, dear.
Different establishment. How are you taking it?
Well, I haven't decided yet. I might have the big guy at the back. I don't know.
I meant with Theo. I'm not sure what you meant there.
Oh. I think I've ran out of tears. Maybe the liquor and the constant dehydration is helping me stop crying. Because I can't physically produce anything else.
I don't want to cry. So, something sweet but alcoholic would be nice.
Yeah, I'm going to continue to dull my senses until we can do something about it. So take my advice, have a nice, heavily alcoholic drink, and then find a companion who you can do with whatever you like, and then you'll feel much better.
I could try.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something I've done before, but I could try.
What, never?
Well, no.
Okay. I would not recommend the big guy then if it is your first time. Like, ease into it.
Didn't you say you wanted him for some reason?
Well, maybe. We'll see. I'm pretty experienced. You know, I have 3 kids I know about. I'm not really careful.
Back to the table comes Tiberius. In one hand, there's a tray, and on this tray, there is a martini glass with a sickly green liquid in it. And in the other one, it's a much shorter glass rimmed with raspberries and edible orchid petals, and it's kind of this frothy, pinkish colored beverage. And he puts your respective drinks down in front of you. Now, for this darling couple, can I get you a room up in the upper floors of the parlor? Perhaps with myself. We could bring Ilaria, maybe
We're
Brittany.
just friends, not a couple.
Yeah, we probably would want separate rooms. Like, you know, I think that would be awkward if I was there while she was enjoying herself.
I mean, all the power to you. And as they get you guys settled up with more drinks and companions, everybody can go ahead and take a long rest. Balthazar, how much are you drinking tonight?
A lot.
Constitution saving throw. Anawana, you don't drink much. Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
That's fine. That's it.
18.
A 4.
Anawana, you have 1 point of exhaustion as you are hungover.
Cool. It's fine.
All right.
I also pay for a big strong man to do things to me and then cuddle me while I cry.
I figured that would be the case.
Mm-hmm.
10 gold for each of you off your pocket.
I'll pay
All
for.
right,
I'll pay both because it's you know, Annie's first time in a bar.
Noted.
And he's
20
got
gold off.
200 platinum burning a hole in his pocket.
All right. So, as everybody reconvenes and finishes their errands, the date on this fine, gorgeous day is... Where did I just put it?
Is it Fleet by any chance?
It's not Fleep.
Fuck.
Yesterday, like the day you guys got wasted was Fleep.
Mm.
It is the Sombra, the 13th of Deep Snow.
When's it my birthday?
Did Annie miss her birthday?
What, you all know your birthday? That's wild.
Yeah,
Is
I'm.
it May's birthday?
I don't even know my fucking birthday with Rakesh. He has like 5 birthdays.
What did you sheet?
What?
No, May.
Oh no, mine's in Fire Moon. I think Lucian's is in Frost's thingy. I can't remember what you said.
May's is the 8th of Deep Snow. You just missed your birthday.
Oh well.
We were in Casterai for your birthday.
what a lovely gift!
I got you a gift for your belated birthday. His name's Marcus.
We killed Vecna for your birthday.
His name's Marcus. He's waiting upstairs. He's a masseuse of sorts.
So have you been tracking your pregnant
Yup.
time?
I think
We
we're getting
have.
there.
Oh, we have maternity,
What?
May.
It's like Midge the Barbie. All right.
We're like 4.5 months.
Yeah, we're like at the halfway point. Okay.
Oh,
As it is the 13th of Deep Snow, you guys come downstairs or return to the House of Light in your respective states. Some of you hungover, some of you okay, others spent the night reading.
What would
learning
you
some
say that
things.
baking is in rolling?
Like performance or straight intelligence because you gotta know the
crafty.
Recipe?
recipe.
I think that in the Fae one shot, we had Floyd bake a cake using performance.
Yeah, that's
But
what I
Slate
think
of-
it was. Yeah.
Slate of end can be something if you are good with
There is
Cracking eggs.
burning coming from the kitchen.
That's-
May is trying to bake as everyone else kind of comes downstairs, and y'all just see black smoke billowing from the oven.
Is that meant? Are you smoking some food?
Are you asking May?
Yeah.
May is sitting on her knees in front of the oven, crying, holding it closed.
Is that where Rosa went?
Rakesh is gonna take out the oven, put it outside, and open it.
Make a strength check.
Just gonna pick up a
Because-
very hot oven.
The oven.
Yeah. Can I do an athletics? Or,
What?
Athletics.
that's not bad. It's 19.
Okay. You guys see Rakesh. What's your strength score?
Oh, it's 12.
Okay, no, you're good. You see Rakesh like spread his knees and like squat down real low and like take his hands on either side of this like moderately sized charcoal stove, and like you just see his like face like grunt as like the heat gets to his hands as he turns around and runs out through the back of the House of Light and just drops this thing on the ground where it instantly scorches the grass around it.
I'm gonna open it. So this
I
won't
just
come
open
out.
it and Rakesh all up in your face. May,
I'm
what
gonna
were you
take-
trying to bake?
I think Callis would have been comforting her and asking her. It's alright.
It was my birthday when I was in Carcerai, and I just wanted everybody to have a nice breakfast. I was trying so hard to just make everybody happy, and I can't.
You.
Rakesh, you see like 6 hockey pucks.
No, yeah, I'm gonna come back and just eat one, and at least it is crunchy. I'm gonna give you that.
Rakesh doing the most.
Laura has like a hand over one eye because like it's throbbing. She's like, you did your best, I'm sure. You.
I bake. It should be simple. You put things in a pan, and then you turn on the oven, and you light it, and then you close the door, and you leave it for a certain amount of time. It burst into flames, and I couldn't stop So I just shut the
Baking-
door.
Baking is notoriously not a science. Look, you did your best. I'm sure they would have been great. Let's go and get some. Let's go somewhere nice for breakfast.
Yeah, I know a place. It's really good. It's called the Velvet. What was it called? The Velvet.
Chris, you tell me. I'm gonna let you figure this one out, buddy.
Some.
I think it's called the
is,
Velvet Rabbit, and we went last night. We had a great time.
Talking about the cloaked rabbit.
No, it's Velvet. It's Velvet.
It was velvet something.
Isn't that where they have all the whores?
Yes, Annie. I don't know if you
The
saw it. They
whores
had
make
like
nicer muffins than me.
they had a whole
great-
buffet. Like they have a buffet spread at all
She's
times.
just fresh tears. Just
Turkey legs.
absolute-
What a great birthday.
absolutely wrecked.
Oh no.
You could diss me.
I think I know what's happening here.
You don't have to eat that, Rakesh. I know it's disgusting.
Yeah, they're a bit fade on the outside, crunchy. Leave something in the mouth, I don't know why, maybe cinder.
They are-
Cinder? Yeah, it's because they were on fire, Rakesh. Please don't eat them. You'll
They
get
are
sick.
pure black on the outside and completely raw on the
Raw
inside.
on the inside.
Yeah, but... Yeah, if you are hungry and you don't have food,
Next day.
that's perfect.
I didn't know we missed your birthday. Oh,
It was incarcerated.
well, that's terrible.
My dad would make me muffins on my birthday. They were meat, like meat cakes more than muffins, but I didn't.
Me.
I know
cake
how
for
much you guys
breakfast.
like pastries, and I just wanted something that I could give you. And yeah, we should just go.
Um,
We should just-
I think you might have this twisted. You're not supposed to give us stuff on your birthday. We're supposed to give you stuff.
I think that's how it
That's-
works.
But
least
you
you-
didn't know it was my birthday, so I was just gonna
Correct.
do it.
But now we know.
Now we know. We are going to go out and have
And
a
give you a
belated,
new oven.
have a belated celebration of your birthday.
Yeah. How
In
would
the background, Rose is just cleaning up old tankards and garbage and dumping them on the lawn out back and, just tidying, just singing along to herself. But you guys continue on having crises.
She puts a platinum in Rose's hands and says, "Can you have a new oven made for us?"
Yes. I
I'm gonna
can definitely do that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take the muffin and put it in a bag. And give it to the first homeless person I see.
Rakesh feeding the people. Man of people.
Lucian
Okay.
give you this.
fucking goddamn it? Lucian already started a program to feed the homeless at the church, which is frozen. I think. I don't know.
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Okay.
It's slowly thawing.
How about some birthday magic? You can how about you want to fly for like 10 minutes? You want to just fly? No. You want to be
I just want you back. When
Whoa.
are we leaving?
I'm gonna cast disguise self and quickly turn into Dio.
No, don't, no.
Oh,
No.
As you see Balthazar shift.
Yeah, Callus is just in between that.
Just cover her up with the goggles
yeah.
on. Like,
Yeah, no, Callus is in between that, no.
I'm gonna punch Dio.
Yeah,
just like
Rakesh,
old times.
just for memory's sake.
That's
What's everyone's passive perception?
14.
29.
24.
19.
Pardon me.
I said
So-
24.
I heard
19.
29.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, I have the lowest by
Sorry,
far.
28, 28.
I notice nothing. I notice nothing wrong in this social situation.
27 punch Dio.
Jesus. Yeah, you smack Balthazar in the face.
Ow.
Okay. So, who? Oh boy. Okay. So Anawana, Callus, Malin, and Rakesh. You will hear the clocking of a ballista.
That's a good sound. Nothing to worry about.
Rosa?
Is this the one that's on the roof or?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one on the roof. You just hear.
Are we
She's like,
getting
"Hey,
mail?
No. No mail.
I'm gonna run up all the
And you
way
just
up.
hear like a shot.
At what?
Annie goes right out the front door to see what she's shooting at.
Nothing out front, Anawana, but you trail around back.
Well,
And
are you gonna pay for that?
on the ground, where Rosa was dumping out tankards, is 3 pieces of amber vibrating.
Oh shit! I forgot about those.
Rosa is screaming bloody murder that you are being attacked at this point. And she's just firing off ballista bolts.
It's fine,
Into the
Rosa.
lawn.
It's fine. Stop.
You're on withdrawals. Have a hair of the dog and come inside.
Okay. Rosa begins like demounting the house.
Are the ambers no longer in water?
The amber is no longer in water. And it's not long before you see them slowly start to crack.
I'm gonna drop my DFO.
Only-
This was poor. This was a poor idea.
I don't
Try
want to
to
come
Yes,
back
it was.
yelling. They're cracking!
Yeah,
What's
you hear Anawana.
cracking?
The ambers!
And May goes, fresh tears just in a heap on the floor.
Good.
Useless.
Alice just stays with me.
Noana's gonna go up to the ambers to see, like, if they're supposed to crack or if they're, like, dying cracking.
No, you have no idea, Anawana.
They're just cracking.
But slowly from these ambers grows, the ember like breaks open and 3 individuals pop out in different states of around. The first one is a balding blue individual. Very relaxed facial expression, no ears, a lot of equipment on them. Nothing too crazy here. The second one is a female, heavily pregnant. She's got some cuts and bruises on the sides of her cheeks and face, and she is screaming in pain when she is released from this amber. And the other one is an all too familiar face of a drow man with white hair, standing very quickly in a war pose, blade in hand, the Eternal Knight summoned in his grip, ready to strike at anything that comes within range. And you watch as he almost completes a slice of the blade, as if there was a target in front of him when he was encased. Everybody begins rushing outside, the 5 of you surrounding the scene, kind of watching what's going on. I will allow a reaction from anybody at this time.
Anawana was gonna try and get close to heal the woman, because she's screaming in pain. Her instinct is to try and help.
She's giving birth.
You can definitely try. Go ahead. How are you healing?
Punching in the stomach.
She kind of flicks her hand forward, and this little green light kind of comes from her palm, and it forms into like an elven figure for healing spirit. She's doing it at 5th or 4th level, or Yeah. So that way she initially heals for 9.
Okay.
And it goes up. It goes off every 6 seconds, I think, up to a minute.
Noted. Balthazar, what is your initial reaction?
Am I within striking distance?
I would say so.
I'm gonna move away and just say, "Hey, numbnuts, we got you out of the damn amber. Now calm down."
Make a persuasion or intimidation check.
I think they're both the same. But I'm going with my tone, and it was intimidation. That's 5, because I am not scary.
May, what's your initial reaction?
May wasn't close enough to see them. She's backed away until she knows that they're alive. And when she could hear Alenora screaming, that's when she comes out. So, when she could hear Alenora, she. What does Lucian have in his hands?
His sword, the Eternal Knight.
So May bats away the flat of it so that way she could get at Alenora. Move! And goes to give a medicine. She doesn't have any healing potions left, but she's just going to do a medicine check to try and evaluate what's going on with her if she's still screaming.
Still screaming, but like it's broken up into like sections. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Okay. 13.
No idea.
Alright, she's just gonna hold her and like
the best
pull
you
her
can
in.
figure out is like maybe labor, but it's confusing because you guys were in the same range. But what's
Yeah.
also confusing is your husband's not a lich. So
he is infernal and celestial though, so who knows what the fuck is going on.
touche.
So, so she holds her up, like sits her up in her lap and says, what do you need? What do you need? Talk to me.
Just mutters out nonsense. It is absolute fucking gibberish. Rakesh, what's your first reaction?
Is there snow on the ground?
There is not snow on the ground.
Oh, fuck.
I'm so curious.
You will never know. I don't know what you're doing. I'm gonna put myself in front of Lucian, so if he needs to attack someone, it will be me.
Okay. And Callus, what do you do? What's your
Rakesh now?
Huh?
Rakesh now is so awesome.
And I'm gonna poke him in the belly.
Oh man, 52!
And last but not least, Callus.
It's not dangerous, but it is annoying, so he will focus me.
There's a lot that just went on. Yeah, Callus is probably going to. He definitely gives acknowledgement to Harry, but he goes to help the Empress.
All right. As everyone begins rushing to aid, rushing to protection, or just simply trying to threaten a man too strong-willed to back down, we will end today's session on this note as the party releases some captives, releases the collateral of their Carcerai adventure back into the world.
I forgot to say while I'm poking, I'm saying like calm down.
I'm
Yes,
down, let me
No, you're
very-
not.
try you.
No, you're not. You're going, hoo-hoo. Don't lie.
Go belly.
And he
All
says,
right.
so just my finger go through him, like.
All right. Thank you so much to my pals for playing, as always. Thanks to everyone who hung around and chatted and subscribed. And sorry, Buck, that's how you had to watch the session.
Miss
We'll
you,
be
Buck.
back. We missed that little guy, but he slept in, so he's probably happy as fuck. We'll be back next week with a game and a story, and we hope to see you there. But until next time, tell somebody you love them, and we'll sneeze you later.